Hello everyone. So here we are for Learner Circus Chess Premier League. So before we start the show, the event will start at 6:15. I have with me Abhi. Hello everyone. The so chess here expert we are for Learner Circus Chess Premier League. Yeah, my YouTube live is also parallel running. Okay, so yeah. Yes, so I have Abhi, who is a chess expert. And I also have Arun, who will be facilitating the entire show. My name is Arun. I'm one of the co-founders of Learner Circle. So great to have you both here. So let's start off. I'll just play a small video of Learner Circle for everyone to understand what Learner Circle is and about us. So it's a very short video. So that's Learner Circle. So for everyone who is getting to know about us for the first time, Learner Circle was launched with a mission to help kids. So the timer will be there at the bottom. You have to answer the 3 questions. Sorry about that. YouTube autoplay. Okay. Yeah. So what happens is this was started with the vision of helping kids acquire new skills, help them learn new skills, be going beyond academics, help them go beyond academics. So we are glad that we have taken some tiny steps towards this, and we are conducting a lot of events. We conducted QPL last month. We had the Swiss Premier League. That was again a big success, and we are very happy that a lot of kids are registered for Chess Premier League now. And I'm sure kids are going to enjoy. 6:15, the event has started, so why not? I'm just thinking of sharing this short battle video that my team has prepared. So I'm sure the battle is as fierce as the video shows. So here you go. Yes. So, and I also have we have a lot of, as I said, it's a skill development platform. So we have a lot of other classes like Bharatanatyam, Bollywood dance, coding, mental max, French language, Malayalam, English, young author. So a lot of such courses. Our Bharatanatyam kids have come up with a small mashup of a famous Bollywood song. It's there in Tamil as well. Just going to play it. It's a short video. I request you all to, this is there on our YouTube channel. So you can go search for Learner Circle and you can find this video. To encourage these kids, the little ones who have taken a lot of time and effort, and also for the tutor who has trained them, I request you all to kindly share this to your friends. I'm sure you're all going to like it. So here you go. This is the premiere. It's like a premiere show. So here you go. Sounds of the streets. That's about it. So we are now heading towards the event that is happening now. I'm sure the contestants have started it. Arul, I owe to you, and Avi, you both can take it over. I'm sure there's a lot of action already in 3 minutes on rapid chess. So Arul, just take them through the event, and also Avi, you can help us understand how this event happens and how the format goes on. Yeah.
Thank you so much for inviting me, first of all. And yes, let's proceed with the first rules and everything, and then we can go to the matches because I guess they've already begun, right?
Yes.
Yes, so Learner Circles Chess Premier League Season 1. Here are the rules. And yes. So first, the participants need to have a Light Chess account, Light Chess login, and we've given them the link from. Okay, we've given them the Zoom link, and they might have joined right now. And after that, we'll be giving them a code to join the team for the tournament, and which will be like this. This is the process. Like they have to click join team, and then it goes here, join team again. And then we have Learner Circle CPL Season 1. We have an option here. So we'll have to click this to go again into screen. Then you have to click join. Then we'll have to enter the code. And then we have to then we'll be into the tournament. And these are the important rules that participants must follow. That is, their video and audio must be on all the time throughout the tournament. And the winners, will be announcing them at 8:15 of the tournament. And yes, they can. The participants can download their e-certificate after once they finish their game, and the winners will be awarded the prize. The winner will be given 600 rupees. The first runner-up gets 500. Second runner-up 400. Third runner-up 300. Fourth runner-up 200. And fifth runner-up 100. And the top 10, that is the next 5 participants after the fifth runner-up, will each get rupees 100. So these are the prize money that the participants are going to get. The winners are going to get. And yes, so let the kids play well. All the best.
Yes.
So,
Arul, thank you so much for the introduction of the tournament. And shall we move on to the matches now?
yeah, sure.
Okay. So I should share the screen,
Yeah,
right?
you can share screen.
Okay, and that will discontinue your sharing. So
Yes.
all right. Okay. So here we are, and the matches have already begun. So first of all, a little bit about the time format. So it is 10+1, and that is what we call a rapid format. Arul, do you understand the this 10+1 meaning?
I have no idea about chess. Anyway, what does 10 plus means? 10 plus 1.
So 10 is basically you get 10 minutes.
Okay.
And both the players, of course, get 10 minutes. But the +1 is interesting. With every move they play, they get 1 second increment. And the real reason behind that is, let's say you are low on time, let's say you are on your last 1 minute or last 2 minutes, then you can play faster to cover up time and you can increase your time.
Okay.
So that way it won't like affect the quality of the game a lot when you're playing, because after all, the biggest challenge for any chess player is to play the best moves possible, the objectively the best moves possible. And I guess 10+1 is a good format. People will have enough time to think about their
Yes.
moves.
Yes.
Yes, and that's a good idea to have a rapid tournament. We have a Swiss tournament, and do you have idea about the Swiss format of the?
No.
Okay, so Swiss it's very simple. Basically, everyone has to play 5 matches. There are total 5 rounds.
Okay.
Right now, you can see 1 out of 5. So this is the first round going on, and everyone gets the chance to play all 5 matches. Now, let's say if I'm a participant, if I win the first match, I will be paired with someone who also won their first match in the second round.
Okay.
Let's say if I lose the second match, then my third match would be with a person who also won one game and lost another game. Basically, I will be paired with people who are of my equal caliber. So that way it will be very interesting. And at the end of 5 rounds, the person who has won all the 5 rounds, or let's say has the best score amongst all, would be the winner. And I think this is the best format. It's not like knockouts. If you lose one game, then you're out of the competition. It's not like that. You can come back.
Yes.
You can lose and then come back again. So quite interesting. Right, Arul. And so here we have a lot of players. That's really amazing that we have got great entries. And there is a number right behind each and every person's name. So again, this is also like a very important thing. You can see like the first person has 1940 written. So this is actually what we call a chess rating. Do you know about the chess rating?
Yeah, it's about how good they play.
Right. So usually when someone starts playing, they are about 900 or 1,000 rated players, and the best players in the world are around 2,700. So you can see that there are nice players around 1,800. There are 1,900 rated players. So they definitely know what they're doing. They are not just getting started with chess. So I'm sure we will get good matches. And here I can see all the matches, and let's have a look at the top boards. Okay, this is the top board. And already I feel like black is winning over here. Very simple analysis is, you can see like there is a rook, there is a bishop, right? Whereas the white only has a knight, which is, again, it's very misplaced at the moment. Yes. There are two very important things when it comes to chess, Arul. Let's say if you don't know anything about chess and you want to get some idea about what's going on the game, you can simply count the pieces. Okay. So when I say pieces, I'm talking about the rook, bishop, knight, queen, and king. These are known as the pieces.
Okay, except the pawns.
Yeah, they are simply known as the pawns. And when I say pieces, I'm talking about the other ones, the bishop, rook. Rook and queen are known as major pieces, whereas the bishop and knight are known as minor pieces. And if you want to just see which side is better, you can simply see that here there are 2 pieces in the game and white has only 1. So clear advantage in the game. And even if we count the pawns, there are 4 pawns versus 3 pawns. So black should be able to convert this somehow. And of course, because the black is 1,800 rated player, so I'm sure that he can convert this. This pawn is going to definitely promote someday. It's very much possible once this knight is out of the way. And I think Angel 162 will be able to convert this game. Yes. Okay, and let's see the other matches. I'm already quite thrilled about looking at the rating, and usually there is misunderstanding, I would say, between people like, oh, they are kids, they are just 10 years old, 12 years old, and
You
what
wouldn't
do they
expect a kid to play this well.
Yeah, that's the thing. And recently in chess world, there was the youngest grandmaster title awarded for a kid who was just
Yeah,
11
he's
years old.
11 years old.
11, yes. Abhishek
Wow.
Upmanyu, not Abhishek Upmanyu, Abhishek Abhimanyu Mishra, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sorry about the name, but he is, I guess, 11 years, 8 months old. And Grandmaster is the title that is such an honor because you can only receive that title after years of practice. And he's definitely 25, 2600. That's like one of the best in the world.
For 11-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Abhimanyu Mishra, right?
Yes, Abhimanyu Mishra. Yes. Right. And that's the thing. Like nowadays, there are so many prodigies in chess because after all, chess is not like some people think that you need to be very smart to play chess. You need to have great IQ, but it's more of pattern recognition in chess. If you get familiar with the positions that are on the board, you can master the sport. But it's easy said to be done. Then easy said than done. So definitely, but I can see that there are some people who are 1800, 1900, 1600. So it will be fun watching their games. Yes. So right now, it's still the first round going on, and there are already so many people who have won the first game. And so there is Rivan Kajal, there is Lut53987, funny usernames. There is Sriram, Prabhanjan, Arman, a lot of players who already won their games. And here we can see this is the top board right on the screen. And I was talking about this, right? That this pawn was going to promote to queen someday once that knight is eliminated. And now a very easy win.
True.
And bring up the rook eventually. Okay, first giving a check, of course. And now there is just one thing to take care of. Oh,
Simple.
he did it flawlessly. That's great. But sometimes what happens is when the king is alone and there are so many pieces, there are chances of stalemate.
True.
Do you know about stalemate?
Yes, I do. Around here, yes.
So stalemate is basically when the king is not under check, but everything around the king is under check.
Under check, yeah.
And
So
there are no legal
king
moves.
doesn't have a move to make, but there's no checkmate.
Right. And that's quite a pity because you are so much of material, you are winning, but just one mistake and it's a draw.
True.
Right.
Interesting. So good to know that so many kids have moved to next level. And yeah, you are talking about kids having good ranking and all that, right? So yeah, I think with the exposure that they're getting these days, kids are able to move ahead faster. That's why we see a lot of prodigies, right?
Yeah, definitely. So many prodigies nowadays, and especially not just prodigies, but there is a certain increase in adult chess players as well because of the lockdown and COVID.
Yeah,
So,
time pass. Somewhere you have to pass your time, right?
Right. And why not? Like it's a great game. It's much better than playing other phone games and
True. I completely agree.
so much better to play chess. Okay, let's see what do we have on the top board. So we have two players, 1600 and 1200 rated players. And time is also a very important factor in chess. So there is the white, which is slightly lower on time. And this is a quite balanced game somewhat, that there is equal number of pieces at least.
Yeah.
So you can see bishops, the rooks, queens, but still I would give white a little edge because he or she has two extra pawns. Right. And these are what we call passed pawns basically, because they don't have any other pawns stopping them.
But they also don't have, one of them don't have a support also, right? Or they have a support. Okay.
Yeah.
The rook
and
is there. Okay.
when this pawns do move, for example, these pawns, they can be captured, they can be exchanged.
Correct.
Right. So these are not passed pawns, but this pawn is going to be a trouble for black.
Got it.
Right. So somehow, even if let's say all these three pieces are able to, surround this pawn and try to capture, it's not a big problem for white because white can hold. So always, if you want to capture anything in chess, there needs to be more number of attackers than the number of defenders. So 3 attackers and 3 defenders. So still the black cannot take this pawn.
Okay.
Yeah. So somehow black has to, and he or she did it. He has to bring the king. And white has to.
So can you help us understand a little bit more for the audience or watching it? So in a rapid chess,
Mhm.
Between two moves, is there a time limit?
Yes. So this particular rapid format has 10 plus 1 time control, which means both the players have 10 minutes. And the clocks are, of course, they are just started when it's your move. For example, right now it's black's move, so their time is ticking. And when they will play a move, they will get plus 1 second increment.
Hmm.
And you might think that, okay, 1 second is so less. What's the point of 1 second increment? But the thing is, when you are at the end, you don't have to think like a lot of things, and you can play very quick. And
Yeah.
somehow you can save time. When there is no time increment, then the player needs to take care of their time. Basically, there was this great chess player, Bobby Fischer, who introduced this idea of incremental time chess,
Mhm.
so that people can play to their best quality chess.
Got
And
it. My question was also around this
Mhm.
particular thing. In the sense, between two moves, is there a time limit? There's nothing like that, right? In the
Between two
sense,
moves, no,
I moved a pawn. Is there a time limit for the next person to move the next pawn or whatever coin?
no. As soon as I play, the other person's clock starts ticking.
Clock star. So, how
Yes.
much time does that person have?
They can take as much time as they want, but the point is, overall, to finish the entire game, they have 10 minutes. So let's say if someone starts slow and takes a lot of time in the beginning, first 10 moves, then he might have trouble towards the later half of the game. So he has to manage the time well.
Got it. Yes, exactly. I mean, that's what I want to understand. So,
Yeah.
kids who are participating now shouldn't be wasting a lot of time. They should think faster. I mean, the game is all about that,
Yes,
right?
yes. So they have to somehow make some balance between the quality of playing and their time. I've seen so many players who play extraordinary like in the game, but just because of time pressure, they lose.
Yes. No, I had
Mhm.
during my college days when we used to play. I mean, this was one of the games that was there in our rooms and dorms. So I know the games used to go on for 5 hours, 6 hours sometimes
Mhm.
because there are certain players who think a lot,
Right.
right? Yeah, especially when it's a board game and they have this passion for it, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah. That was actually the most surprising thing for me as well when I was playing chess with my dad. And it was just like we didn't have any time limits. But when I played professional chess and then I saw that, oh, there is a time limit.
exactly.
That was a surprising thing.
Yeah. No, it used to be interesting at that time when Gary Kasparov, I mean, for me, those are the memories. Gary Kasparov and Vishnu and they're playing, right? Rapid chess.
Mhm.
They
Mhm.
make a move, quickly click the timer. The other person makes a move, quickly clicks the timer. I mean, that used
Right.
to happen at a very quick pace. I mean,
Right.
even to
So
watch it on TV, right? In Doordarshan, we used to watch it.
yeah, exactly. And there are these different formats, by the way. Like this rapid format is about 7 minutes to 25 minutes. It can be anywhere between 7 to 25. Like this specific tournament is 10 minutes.
Yeah.
If the time is more than 25 minutes, it's what we call classical chess. So in classical chess, you have more time to think about the moves. So they go on for 4 hours, 5 hours.
Yeah.
And that's actually the thing. The more time you have, the more the better quality moves you can play. And by the way, here there's a beautiful checkmate by white. While the king was proceeding to take the pawn, he just figured out that there can be a mate from here. So the queen takes care of the back rank. This pawn, little pawn, is taking away this square.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I think silently they played
Yeah.
Rastans.
That's basically chess. Everyone was focused on this pawn being promoted. He was trying to bring the king, and that was the right thing to do. But he also has to take care of other things like the queen back rank.
Nice. Good move.
And
Interesting.
I guess we are probably, oh, the first round is done, and now there is a 2-minute break between the rounds.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yes. So that's amazing. People can.
So from the numbers that you see here, we have 105
Yes.
players.
So 1 out of 5, and here you can see next round in this time.
No, there is 1 to 10 by 105, which means 105 kids, right? Above that, just above that.
So oh yeah, here. So yes,
Yeah.
there are 105 entries. That's a
Okay.
really good number. So we will have good competition.
Okay.
And yes, and the point is in Swiss tournaments, you have to keep up the momentum. Even if you lose a game, you have to be prepared for the next game.
Got it. But see, let's say I play tennis. Okay, I play
Mhm.
tennis, I play shuttle. There, what happens? You have league, then you go move to pre-quarter final, then you have quarter final, then you have semi-final, then you have final. Okay,
Yes.
you always know how the movement happens, right?
Right.
Whereas in this kind of format, What is the importance? I mean, I see this in chess mostly. Okay,
Yeah.
always, not mostly, always in chess. I don't know if
Right.
there's any other game where I've seen this. Perhaps carom can happen, but carom also I have not seen.
Right. So
But
this system, it's I think not exclusive for chess. It's just a system of playing.
yes,
Like for example, there are three very famous patterns. One is the knockout competitions, like you just mentioned,
correct.
which is in tennis. But the thing is, in chess, you don't need a lot of space. All you need is a chessboard and two players, so you can have 100 matches. It's very much plausible for someone to arrange 100 matches at the same time. But imagine like having 100 tennis matches. Yeah.
Yeah, unless you have so many PlayStations.
Yes, yes. And you can see like the second round has already begun.
Nice.
Yeah. So
So
let's
that's one thing that online has given us. It has
right.
given us an opportunity to host
Mhm.
105 wonderful kids on a
Yes.
single platform. And I think we should thank technology, whether it is HS or Google, Zoom,
Yeah, yeah,
all these.
quite fascinating. You know, now the technology has advanced so much that you can actually play on a live board, and the board is connected to your computer. So if you play a move on the board, it will move on the screen, and whatever the opponent plays, the board is electronic, and the board will move the piece automatically.
Wonderful.
So
What an
very
experience it's going to give. Yes.
right, right. So let's have a look at one of these games, and we can talk
Right.
about some things to avoid, some things to do. So the first game, usually when we are starting the game, it's important to capture the center. So here, white played single pawn ahead, so it's controlling these two squares, right?
Right.
But if he had moved two squares, he would have controlled the center in maybe a little better way. And here the black knows what to do, so he moved 2 steps, taking care of the center. And there is a very old saying that the person who controls the center in chess controls the game in the chess.
Oh,
Yes.
nice. Yeah.
Again, this, for example, this knight h3 move, the idea is it's not controlling the center, it's controlling these two squares, which are somewhat towards the offside.
Important. Yeah.
And black knows what he's doing. He took the full center. You can see these two pawns, they are taking care of the entire center, and they are dominating
So
white.
Avi, here's my question. So
Mhm.
in this case, black is given the king open space, right? I mean, I mean, either a bishop or queen at a later
Right.
point in time to attack. Is
Mhm.
this the right approach? I
Yeah.
see a lot of players do this, but I
Mhm.
also see a lot of players who will try to protect that zone because later on they might want to do castling or whatever. No, so a lot of
Right.
things they can do when they protect it.
Yeah.
What is your view on this?
So I think in the beginning, basically there are three things to consider. One is center control, which we just talked about. Second thing is to develop the pieces,
Hmm,
because after all, it's just the beginning of the game. The entire army is at the back rank, and there is no way in one or two moves black is going to checkmate the white king.
correct.
So first he needs to bring out the pieces.
Okay.
That is piece development. And you know, the first two moves by black are really smart, because not just that they are having good center control, the bishops can come out easily.
Hmm.
Yeah? Whereas this move is okay, it's giving a door for this bishop, light squared bishop, but this
This is
dark
time.
square bishop is still having a sad time at the moment.
Got it. Got it. Interesting. Okay. So you are saying the black knows what he's doing at
I
the
guess,
moment.
yeah,
Okay.
right. And white is again playing this move, but still the bishop is sad because he wants to get out of
Okay.
this hole. And black is basically exchanging these pieces, sorry, these pawns in the middle, and want to launch an attack, like slowly bring out the queen, and maybe he can capture this knight. The reason is it's a good move to capture this knight, because the white will have to recapture with this pawn, and then these two pawns are very funny looking. They won't do much in the game. It's much more better to have pawns on each and every file rather than doubling up these pawns on the same file.
Jeez. Then I agree.
Yeah. And here, I guess, a free pawn for black,
Hmm.
capturing on c5. There is now white realizes that pieces are needed in the game, basically. Right. Okay. And again, still, so here you can see
Yeah.
This was the shelter for king,
Hmm.
and he could have castled, and the rook can come out. By the way, if people who are watching the stream don't know about castling, castling is a very incredible move in chess. It's the only move where two pieces can move in a single turn. So let's say here, white can actually move the king 2 steps, and the rook will be placed right on the other side when there is nothing in between these two pieces. But when white moved the pawn here, it won't be a good idea to castle anymore, because now if the king goes here, it's quite exposed from this weaknesses.
Okay.
And white is going for this knight, but it's I think not the great idea, because it can be just captured
Yeah.
and doesn't really do
Unless,
anything.
yeah. Okay.
And yeah, by the way, he also hung the knight here, so black just captured.
Oh,
Yeah, I guess for beginners, it's very simple, but at the same time, it's difficult. All they have to do is think about two things: which of the pieces are attacked and which pieces they can attack. And just asking these two questions can improve the rating, I would say, by 100 or 200 points. And that's a huge jump.
yeah.
Right.
So the points that we see here, how is that they're getting those points? I mean, how is that? How is
Point
that?
as in the ratings here, the
Yes,
1849.
yes, yes.
Right. So basically, when you're playing a chess match, for example, everyone has a certain rating. When you start off, you have a lower rating, maybe 800, 900,000. As
Mm.
you win matches, your rating will increase. If you lose matches, your rating will decrease. Now, let's say if I'm 1500 and if I play against a 1500, then it will be quite even. Like if I win, I get 5 points. If I lose, I lose 5 points, something like that. But let's say I'm 1200 and you are 1800. If I win, then I will get a lot of points because you are better rated than me. Yeah.
So does it also mean that, I mean, is there, I mean, I'm just getting to too much of calculation, but just to understand for the viewers who are going to watch and all that.
Yeah.
So if I keep playing every day,
Mhm.
okay, I don't care whether I win or lose, whatever. I play 10 games every day.
Mhm.
How does the point system change? I mean, maybe I win 5 games or.
So it depends on what happens on those in those 10 matches. If you are winning most of the matches, then of course your rating will increase. If you will lose more matches, then your rating will decrease.
So in a short time, someone by playing more games can actually reach a very high rank.
But see, yeah, that's the thing. If you are winning a lot of matches, you will be paired with difficult players as well.
Okay.
Yes, as your rating increases, you will be paired with people who are of equal rating. Yes, and basically person starts off at 800, 900,000 rating, and the best players in the world are 2700, 2800. Yes, so you can now get an idea. For example, if this guy is 1600 approx, so he's somewhere intermediate level player. But yes, intermediate level definitely knows what he or she is doing. So definitely you can see we were talking about the center control, and he or she knows. Yes, that playing two
This is the
pawns
same
together.
game, right, that we are talking about, or this is a new game? Okay.
Yes, I'm just flowing through different matches, and eventually, I guess after 2 or 3 rounds, we will have the winners on the top boards. And that's how it's in Swiss tournament. If you're winning more matches, you would be on the higher ranking.
Got it.
Yes.
Yes. So we are talking about the Swiss format. So in chess, this happens very comfortably, right? The
Yes.
Swiss format happens very comfortably. But still, do you think there's a small possibility that the best player doesn't reach the top?
Yeah, that is actually a downside of Swiss system. That the best player, if he's having a bad day, he can just lose 2 matches, and out of 5 rounds, if he lose 2 matches, he would be thrown to a very lower ranking in the tournament. So yes, it's risky, but it's safer than, I would say, knockout system, because in knockout, again, if you lose, you are out of the competition. At least here you will be in the competition, you can play all the rounds, and there's a chance to come back as well. Yes. There is one more format, the round robin format, and it's usually when there are less number of players, let's say 10 players, 15 players. Each and every player plays with all the other players. and the person with maximum wins is the winner at the end.
Yes, that's nice. Yes. So that we see in, I think, football matches and all that. So
Yeah, the league matches, yes,
matches.
because there are less number of teams usually in whenever there is team events, right? And let's see what's happening at this top board.
Yes.
Let's quickly go through the moves. E4, E5. So both know that they have to get the center. You can see that the white is improving the pieces, black is improving the pieces as well. And this is a very funny idea. White is going for what we call a fool's mate.
Oh my God. Yeah. This
Yeah.
used to be.
Yeah, it's one of the fastest checkmates in chess.
Yeah.
The
But
age
it's
of
quite lame if the person knows, like the black knows here that, come on, don't fool me. I can see that you won't get a mate in 3 moves.
I mean, I think that's the first move that someone learns
Yeah,
with.
yes. So everyone is like how to checkmate faster. They will YouTube a video. Right. And still see the white is still quite adamant on getting this this mate.
Oh, okay.
But now there aren't much chances because the rook is taking care of this pawn.
Unnecessary, I believe.
Yeah, now I think white should just lose hope of mating in 3 or 4 moves and develop the pieces, which I think he will realize. No, he hasn't.
That's also giving an opportunity for
Mhm.
black to do castling, which I think protects
Yeah.
the king to a.
Exactly. If black knows this thing, then it's very advantageous for black. Because after all, when you are going for fool's mate, you are bringing out the queen too
Yeah.
early and you are having false hopes. And black can develop the pieces. There are basically in chess, we are talking about two kinds of time frames. So first is the one that you see here,
Hmm.
the time over here. The another time is the time of the game. Like if you see at this particular moment, black is quite ahead in time, as in like more pieces are out in the game,
Correct.
whereas white is just having this bishop hanging on the
Yeah.
left side. Queen is, I don't know what
No, it went out.
has changed the place.
Yeah, wasted a few steps. Wow.
And then this is basically
Stuck.
no, it's not actually
Stuck.
stuck.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
knight can take back, which I guess is the what took with the queen
Oh,
and threw away queen. But actually, if some sensible player here could take with the knight,
yeah, exactly.
and if knight takes, you can get back with the queen. So it's
Okay.
actually black who didn't play a good move, but I guess black knew the psychology of white and went for this
White
move.
is in a hurry to lose the game, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. And I guess this is what happened. Maybe white underestimated black because of the rating. That's one thing, and that's a real thing. If I was playing around with a player who is 500 points lower than me, I would maybe at the back of my mind I would be a little bit relaxed, and
Oh,
somehow
this is
somewhere,
like a boost ad.
yeah,
Where,
that's not a good way of playing the sport. Yes.
yeah. And you look at a kid and you say you cannot play the game. But then the kid actually outshines, right?
Yes, the underdog wins.
Yeah.
And here, but still, it's even though white has lost the queen, it's oh wait,
Oh,
it's already a checkmate. Let's see how they just got the checkmate quickly.
sure, sure.
Oh wow, the white almost lost all the
It went
pieces.
to this level finally. Okay.
Yeah, black is incredibly up, and this is what we were talking. If the person knows about this fool's mate idea,
Yeah.
then it can backfire. And here probably, yeah, very easy, very simple mate. And this rook, of course, cannot be taken because it's protected by this bishop. And again, in this game, we can see that same pattern from last game. The pawn takes this little square.
Yeah, right.
The king can't run away.
Just that last night was queen, now it's rook.
Yeah. And see, you can see that, for example, the 1700, 1800 player lost a lot of points, 400.
Ooh.
But usually you don't lose these much points, but this is probably his 5th or 6th game, I don't know. And when you are just getting started, the rating system gets the idea of your playing.
Okay.
So if you win, you get a lot of points. You lose a lot of points,
Okay.
of course.
Okay, this person got plus 22 then. Okay.
Yes, because he's probably playing since quite a while on this platform, Litas,
Okay.
and he won against 400, 500 plus player. So definitely you won a lot of points. Okay, let's see what else is going on. So there are these players who have won 2 matches. You can see these.
So
this
second
column,
round is still going on, right?
yeah, it's going on. There are still 8 games remaining.
Okay.
And you can see this. Here is the number of wins.
Oh.
And these are actually tie break points, which are not important at the moment.
Mhm.
You can see here 1 and 1. So this is the result of first game. If you win a game in chess, you get 1 point. If you lose, you get 0 points. If you draw, you get half point. And you can see right now a lot of players.
So, sorry, we see 113 now. Are there the new ones who have got added? On top.
I think they can join the game, but in a Swiss time format, if you are joining late, then it's considered that you lost the previous rounds, basically.
Oh, okay. So they already lost the first round then. Okay.
Right. But like especially when you're getting introduced to chess, you shouldn't think much about rating and winning, and you should just enjoy the game.
Exactly. It's like walkover in other sports. Okay.
Yes. So here already you can see a lot of players have won their both rounds. And we can just scroll through. There are and 14 players have won both the rounds. And then there are a lot of players who have drawn the first round. You can see half over here. And see, we were talking about this
You want to
stalemate.
show that? Yeah. I'm interested in seeing because
How stalemates happen. So here towards the end. Oh wow, this game really went on for 124 moves. Yes, and give this check.
quite
So
long.
black.
The format.
That's quite long. That's quite long usually.
Okay.
So 124 moves. And you can see the draw is because 50 moves without progress.
Oh, you move the same thing, left, right, left, right.
Yeah, if you can't capture any piece, or if there is no pawn move in the last 50 moves, then it's a draw. But here I guess the easier way to draw this game would be basically to somehow get this queen activated.
Yeah.
Bring the queen near and slowly squeeze down this king.
Correct. Why do you think what would have happened here in this case?
Yep, probably because White hasn't played a lot of chess, but that's of course that's completely okay.
I think White has done a pretty good job.
Yeah,
almost everything, right?
Right. So it's usually like when lower rated players are playing, there's like it's like a street fight. The one who gets the last punch wins. So
oh, surprising. Okay.
yes, but it's great that they played a game for 124 moves. Usually kids would be like, I don't want to play 125 moves. I'm going to just give up.
Okay.
Yes. And
so
Mr. Arun, do you know how to checkmate with 2 rooks, for example?
Yes, I know, but I think for the sake of audience and for the sake of everyone who here, we should talk about it.
Yes.
Okay. Those days, I don't know if it's still a fun game. How we used to play, we'll say that you have 1 king and 1 queen. Now checkmate. Do a checkmate for me. Then you have 1 rook and 1 queen. Do a checkmate. You have 1 bishop and 1. I mean, all those combinations, right?
Yeah. So it's matter of technique. Like when you have just 1 piece or 2 pieces, and in any chess game, there are 3 phases. The first is the opening. Yeah. And we talked about few opening rules like center control, developing pieces, safety of the king. Then there is middle game where you need to activate these pieces. And towards the end, it's the end game like we are talking about. That end game requires more technique. Technique in the sense you need to just know how to do it.
Yeah.
Rather than just fighting and figuring out on the moment. It's more about like knowing the technique, how to get it. Correct. So in this match, we can actually see one of the, it's really beautiful to see 2 rook mates for audience. We can see in the break time. Yeah, so wow, a good move. This is what we call a tactic in chess. So this knight is forking the king and the queen.
Wow.
So when the rook moves, when the king moves, then the queen will be captured.
And I love such moves. When someone makes these moves, it's really exciting to see what happened.
So black is playing for the audience, and now he will take, probably. Let's see if he knows that he can take the queen.
He's going to finish the game.
He's probably going to finish the game directly. He wants to go for direct mate, maybe.
But how come?
So here, so the thing is, as long as you are giving checks, you can capture the queen any moment. You can capture later. So now rook can come over here.
But yeah.
And he doesn't know that the queen can be taken at the moment, I suppose.
Oh, I think he missed it.
Yeah. But
Perhaps.
still, he has a really good chance because so queen is what we call equivalent to 9 points.
Wow, escaped.
Yeah, but I don't think it will last much
Okay,
because queen is what we call equivalent to 9 points.
correct.
The knight and the bishop equal to 3 points, and the rooks equal to 5 points.
5
So
points.
5 plus 5 plus 3, that's 13. Whereas queen is just 9 points. So these pieces, if they coordinate well, which are not at the moment, can overpower the queen as well. Yes.
So tell me, when do these points come into consideration?
So it just gives like a general idea of the game. Like if you just switched on a game, you don't know much about chess, you can count these points. Like here for black, 1, 2, 3, 4 pawns are worth 1 point. Rooks are 5 plus 5, so 4 plus 5 plus 5, so total 14 points. Whereas the white is 9, 10, 11, 12. So in material, black is leading, but it's not everything. If the black doesn't know, white can still win the game.
Yeah.
There are two major factors. One is material,
There's no
another one is
duck
time.
There's no duck with Louis here, right?
Yes,
No, based on points, someone can win. That cannot happen.
yes, but definitely they have a certain lead.
Edge, yeah.
Yes, they have an edge.
Oh my God, I
Both
think
are very low on time. Need to play fast. Yes, queen is moving here. There. I think if I was white, I would somehow try to eliminate one of the rooks. Then it would be much easier. And now the king is the earlier the king was a little bit better because it had the shelter of these pawns, but now it's
oh
kind of
yeah,
poor.
it's going to
Can
eliminate
change
one
this
after the
pawn.
other. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, queen is 9 points, rook is 5 points, the bishop and knight 3 points, pawns are 1 point. Do you know what's the point for king?
No idea.
Priceless.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I think a very, very weak spot. Wow. Let's see. Very little time, as you said. I would like to know what happens when the time gets over.
You just lose the game. So white,
Oh,
yes,
okay, you lose the game. Okay, it's over
yes,
then.
if you can't finish, the person whose time runs out first will lose the game.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
So that's something definitely to consider. Time cannot be taken lightly here. And now there is a really interesting idea. If somehow these rooks were on the same file rather than on the same rank, one of the rook could have given this check and it will fork the queen and the king.
yes. Provided black knows about
Yes, yes,
it.
definitely. And I guess he just needs to move one of the rook back because there's no way of progressing in this way. But he wants to win on time. He's a smarty. He or she is a smarty. Yes, and right. So here I think white won. Oh yeah, white won. Sorry, because yeah, it
Yes.
was on white's perspective, and that's really smart of white. He had the queen close to the king somehow because after all, the rooks need to go away to give the checks and progress, and queen can stall the game. Sometimes even if you are losing material, if you are down in the game, you can somehow hold your position and let the time run out.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see there's still one more game going on. And again, there is a possibility of stalemate. I'm getting stalemate vibes in this one. But they are possibly trying to just run out, like playing random moves, and black really wants to win on time here.
Why are they doing that?
So that the other person can lose on time and they can win. So here the white has 26 seconds, black has 20 seconds,
Okay.
and black is trying to play quick so that the white runs out of time. Basically, they are very close to 20 seconds now. But what they don't realize is there is 1 second increment for every move. So if they play fast, or you can see it's 130 moves almost. Yeah, it's a draw after all. And this is again because of wait a minute. Is the stalemate? No, this is not stalemate. but it's probably because no one captured a piece in last 50 moves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so maybe they agreed on a draw. I don't think so. No. Yeah, so it's a draw because no one captured, no one checkmated the king. So yeah, that's something to look after. And I guess we have finished the second round, and there are these players leading the tournament: Sriram, D164675, Chess Lover, TWX, and we have, I guess, 15 players. 15 players who have won both the rounds, and you can see how the Swiss system is working. Next round, there will be only half players remaining who would have won all the 3 rounds,
Oh,
and you will see that these winners will face each other in the next round because you get paired with the same
correct.
level players. And it's fun for people who also lost because they will be paired with their competitors. Yes, so there is some time remaining. We can quickly show the I can quickly show the two rooks mate. It's really beautiful. Very quickly. So here I can just go on board editor. I can just place the king. Let's say there are two rooks. King. And if we continue from here, let's say we play with the computer. And even if it's the best computer in the world, even if it's the best player, you can still win if you know the right technique. That's the point of endgames. You need to know the way of doing it. So let's say I'm white. I can simply squeeze up. So at the moment, this rook is confining the black king in a box. So I
Correct.
can just make this box even smaller now. Sorry. So now it's this box.
Yeah.
And now this other rook can again come in. So now it's just this space.
Yes.
Keep in mind there's a line drawn. There's a Lakshman Rekha, which
Yeah.
the black can't
Correct.
cross, of course. And yeah, don't make a mistake of playing this because then it can just be captured. So no problem, we can just swing it to the other side.
Correct.
And you don't have to worry about this rook being taken because it's protected by the king. So we will squeeze the king to the last file, h5. And still, again, we can't give the mate because if I just give this mate, it can be captured. So I'll just swing the rook to the other side.
Yeah.
And the next move. And this is what we call a staircase mate. It's like a staircase. You are squeezing the king and the rooks are
And squeeze.
pushing the king. Yeah, it's very easy, quite fun. And I personally like to study endgames because they are just really beautiful, and you can have a lot of fun just with one piece or two pieces. You can basically dominate the king, and you don't even need to. You can even beat a grandmaster at if I was given this position, because it's just a matter of technique. If I know how these rooks coordinate and can push,
Yeah.
I can checkmate the king. Right, so it's like we are streaming the competition, the tournament. Also, we are learning.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a good short capsule that you're given now. So thanks for that. I'm sure we'll take a small shot out of this and we'll publish. It'll be interesting for the viewers. I think over the course of this session, maybe you can share more such insights or the what is it called? The end game. Yeah,
Yes,
the end game. Few of those techniques.
yes. So there is already good competition going. Let's see the top board.
So what do you mean by the top board? It's
So top board means we know that in Swiss tournament we will see the winners playing each other,
correct.
right? So these two players right now are at the top position. This guy Cheslav already won 3 matches, so he's on first position, and most likely he will be paired with the second ranked player in the next round. So that would be what we call the top board because they're the best players of the entire tournament at the moment.
Okay. So the third game is also over now.
I guess this is just the first game that got over. Let's see how he won. I'm interested. Oh, it went on for quite some time, 17 moves.
16 games, he finished it.
Let's see. So e4, e5, knight to f3, knight to f6. So this is what we call a Petro opening, and
What is it called?
the Petro opening. So all these openings have certain names, and it's given by the person who invented this opening. So white, it's very simple idea. White wants to take this pawn, but black is saying, I don't care. I will also take your pawn. And that's what white does. And now the black is basically challenging, and he knows that he can capture this pawn at any moment, but there is something to take care of. Like if white takes this, captures, and at some moment, if black takes this pawn, the queen can pin this knight with the king. The point is, then the knight cannot move. Why? Because it's under check. Getting it? Let's say if these two pieces were not here, and this knight somehow took this and it's misplaced over here, if queen comes over here, the queen is staring at the king.
Yeah.
And if the knight moves, it would be game over. So it's illegal move to move the knight. So it's like a bait. The white is giving this bait, but I guess black knows what he's doing. Let's see.
So just I know it's a very illogical question.
Sure.
What does it does the system highlight if I make that move?
You mean if I play
You
illegal?
an open way for, let's say I keep the queen.
I guess I can't do that in, let me try if I can. Oh wait, I can do this. So let's say if
Yeah.
this, okay, right now it's white move. So let's play just a nothing move. And if black takes it,
Yes.
and I
In this-
cannot move this because it's just illegal move.
I know it's an illegal move.
Mhm.
If no, you cannot move at all. Does the system block you or?
Yeah, you can't move. I mean, the system won't allow you to move because
Okay, that's what I want to understand.
now black might think that, hey, wait, I have a resource. I can just push this pawn,
Correct.
attack this knight, but no. White can simply attack this knight and still keep that thing in mind. It's still pinned. The knight is pinned, can't move. And no matter what you do, the next move, this knight is going to be captured.
Yeah. No, so in chess, you'll say that's a touch piece. You have to move it now. We
Yeah.
see those things, right? So that's what I was curious to know whether it will allow.
Yeah, touch and move the rule, right?
Rules, right? Yeah.
Yeah, in online chess, you don't have the touch and rule, the touch and move
Okay.
rule because it's online event, but on over the board, it's if you do that, then the other person gets some time increment.
Yeah.
Previously, like it was, I remember a few years back, as in 10, 20 years back, when I was not playing chess, but there was a rule, if you play illegal move, then you lose the game. And then the rules changed around, I guess, 2005, 6, I'm not sure. And then there was one match where Gary Kasparov was playing against a player and the other player just played illegal move, and Gary Kasparov was just stood up and like, I'm the winner, and went off, and the arbiter, the referee in the chess is known as the arbiter, and he called back, that game is not over.
Okay, interesting. It's
Yeah,
precisely the
I
question.
don't care. I won the game. I don't care about the rules.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to ask, whether system highlights it or not. Okay, interesting. Such a scenario happened with even a grandmaster. So
Yes, and
the
it
top
do
player in
happen.
the world. Yeah.
There is a very funny clip about India number 2 at the moment is Vidit Gujrati. He's a really amazing player. He's number 2, and in world rankings, he's under 20 rankings. And he was having a match with some opponent, I guess. Yeah, another person who was again in top 10. It was like a very high level competition, and one of the players with it probably just moved the king right. So here was the white king, and he moved right here, and that's illegal because of course you can't move it close to the other king, right? Because and it just happens. It happens to everyone, even the best players in the world. Sometimes you are under pressure.
He lost, right?
No, they didn't lose, but the opponent got time increment. Yes.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's quite embarrassing, especially when top level players play stupid move like just placing in front of the king. Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes like they're at the moment. For example, if there is a pawn which is queening and the white wants to cut off this king, his entire the attention would be towards this pawn, and he wouldn't care about what's happening, and he's under time pressure. He will try to move the king to guard this pawn. Sometimes he loses what's going on in the other side of the game.
Okay. And anything, I mean, any other interesting game going on now?
I think there are still a lot of games going on. It's the third round.
People are pretty fast. They're finishing it off.
Yeah, let's see some ongoing game. Yes. Okay, so here this knight is completely misplaced, but I think knight got this rook over here.
Oh, okay.
I can just predict what happened. The king was here. Here was the rook, and the knight forked the king and the rook.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's nice.
And this is castling, by the way, if someone wants to know. Here between the king and the rook, if there is nothing in between, and if the king hasn't moved or isn't under a check, king can move 2 steps and the rook can be placed side like this.
Unless there is no other coin on the path also, right?
Yes, there should be no check on the path.
On the path, yeah.
Yes. Very good move, bringing the rook on the open file, and that's what rooks are for. They're amazing when they are on the open file, because if, let's say, if the rook is over here, then it's the same pawn is stopping from activating the rook. But now the rook is here, can slowly come into action.
Yeah.
And let's see if black knows that the bishop is under attack.
So that 00000 that you see on 21.
Yeah, that's basically long castle, the symbol for long castling. Short castling is 00. Yes.
Oh, okay. That's capital O then.
Yes, capital O's.
Okay.
Yes. And all these moves can be noted down, and that's how the games can be saved. There is a certain format known as PGN format. And I can just copy the PGN of this game, paste it anywhere on any chess platform, and it will show me this game.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So now knight is doing a good job. He was misplaced and coming back to action. And rook was under attack and they moved it. So I guess these players, since they already won 2 rounds, they definitely know what they're doing here. And giving this check. Let's see. Yes. And now the knight has to move and probably should go back. Anywhere else, knight is losing. Okay, here the knight can go. Give this check. Looks quite exciting, but it's not. It's of no use. The king can just move. Black slowly making progress with the pawns, and you can see here there's a passed pawn. We talked about passed pawn.
Yeah.
Let's imagine if the 2 rooks and the 2 knights are traded off. There is a very good chance black can move this pawn to queen and then get a stalemate. Who knows? Yes.
He can work towards that also. That's what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
A player who is on the losing side can actually work towards.
Yeah, if you are, especially if you are playing against beginners, you should never give up. You shouldn't resign, because there is a chance the other person might run into stalemate or just give up pieces. But usually if you are like, this is a common saying, if you are like playing at a intermediate or advanced level and it's like very one-sided, then usually the losing side resigns the game just to give respect to the other player.
Okay.
That I trust you that you can finish this game.
Okay.
Yes.
So what we see over here is this person's rank here is 1549 and 1851. No, that's not rank. That's a points.
The rating, chess rating.
Chess rating.
51 guy is probably more powerful than this other guy. There's a question mark here because this guy hasn't played a lot of matches on Lee chess. That's why.
And number 10 and number 8 is the rank in this particular board, leaderboard.
Yes. So this guy, Srivatsa, is 8th rank in this tournament at the moment. If he or she wins the next upcoming 2 matches, 2 rounds, he or she might be on 1st, 2nd position.
So it's very interesting to note actually when we got the registrations, right? We had a very good number of students from Middle East.
Yeah. See, by the way, just sorry to interrupt. A really good thing happened. What happened is this knight and rook were on the same file, so he just moved the rook.
Okay.
And now if this knight moves, then the rook will be captured.
Yeah.
But black knows, so he moved the king to protect this rook. So this knight is free now.
Got it.
Yeah. Sorry, and you were saying
something? It's actually now dangerous it's dangerous now.
Right, right.
It is not dangerous yet, but yeah,
But you never can predict a game, especially when there are knights in the end game, because knights are quite tricky. You can always run into a fork.
correct.
So
You
especially when you
use it.
have,
You use it. What is it called? Forking. Huh? What is it called?
yes, forking, when you're attacking two pieces at the
Yes,
same time.
yes, yes.
And
And knight is actually capable of that.
no, any piece can.
Any
Any
piece
piece
can, but
can.
I'm saying knight will unknowingly do it. I
Yeah,
mean,
imagine if there is I would say a rook here and a knight. Imagine if there is this pawn which moves forward. It will definitely capture one of the pieces.
yeah. Okay, okay, correct.
Yeah,
That is there. Yes.
right.
The surprise element is more with knight. I mean, at least that's what I felt. I'm saying. So yeah,
Yes, it's definitely with knight because it's very tricky.
yeah,
Moves in L shape.
yeah.
You never know.
So what do you think is going to happen now? This
Um, I think I'm getting a feel that one of the player is going to run into a fork. Let's see. But if they are if they are maintaining their professional play and they are developing their pieces continuously, I think black can easily win this.
oh, okay.
Even if black loses the knight somehow, I don't know. There are so many pawns. There are 5 pawns against 3 pawns.
Hmm,
And pawns are really good when they are together.
true.
Here the pawns are scattered. So that's
Hmm.
not a good thing. Somehow this rook can, if it's activated, can gobble up these pawns. Whereas this rook cannot gobble up these pawns. Let's say if this rook somehow gets here, tries to attack this, no problem. I'll just move this pawn one step and it's protected by these two fellows.
So they made many moves after that, right?
Oh yes. Oh, sorry. I'm now catching up with the game.
Where have they headed towards?
Check. Just a second.
What
Right.
happened to the rook?
And now see, this is what I was saying. Here's a fork.
Oh,
So now if the king has to move because king is under a check.
no,
King
the
goes
black
to,
rook is gone.
oh yes, the black rook is also gone, but now the white rook is also going to go. So I guess they
Okay,
just
okay, okay.
exchange
So
the
this
pieces.
person knew this move. Okay,
Right. So white just thought I can
okay.
take this. And
But
yeah,
why didn't they not take it?
they
Why?
did take. So they took. And now, sorry,
Okay.
just a second. Let me go back. Yeah, so here probably when the knight moved, took. And the black knew that this fork was coming in. And he could have also taken with the king. But the point is,
Huh,
king is the most important piece in the end game. The king
okay.
needs to stay at the center.
Oh,
So took with the knight. And now this king is very oddly placed.
okay.
Let's-
So
Black should be easily able to win this probably. And this is what I guess one should do if they are up material. So here you can see black is at the moment up material because of the number of pawns. So you should exchange the pieces and simplify the game.
okay.
Somehow try
Get
to,
that have that one pawn reach the other end.
yes. And when the game will be simplified, which I thought it did happen, let's see. Okay, now here again,
Pretty
it's
fast.
quite close. This is quite close. Somehow white managed to get, yeah, the king got these 2 pawns.
Brilliant,
And
right?
yeah, it's brilliant. And now it's quite fascinating because there are 2 pawns versus 2 pawns. Material is completely equal, but black has a slight edge because these pawns are connected.
Okay.
Let's see what happened next. And you can see this king is making like a small wall here
Okay.
and not letting this king, come over here and take up this pawn somehow. Now black is doing a perfect job. He made the king is cutting off the other king. The pawns will storm forward. Let's see. But yes, white has
Very
some
less time.
pawn. White, no, but white also has his own passer. So this threat. But that's why black has placed this knight to take care of this pawn in future.
Oh, okay. So that is there for a block.
Yes.
Now there is also a risk for the white, right? Very little time.
Yeah, very little time, but I think they can manage because game is quite simplified. There are no queens or rooks. I mean,
Hey, there are more moves. I think they're playing faster than we talk. They are talking.
Yeah. So here, black doesn't care about this knight because he wants to He's much closer to queening.
Oh,
Let's see.
wow.
Very big blunder here. Actually, he shouldn't have captured. Oh, the game is over. And black.
Who won it?
Oh, I think. Oh, there was threefold repetition. I'll just explain what happened in a second. But basically, here, let me go back a few moves. So the white strategy was to get this pawn up ahead.
Correct.
The black pawns also were moving forward, and knight here, knight's job was to take care of this pawn. And here we saw this thing. Now, for white, it was very important to move this pawn and not to take this free knight, because they are equal and both need two moves to queen. And here, just because the knight captured the other knight, this will promote to a queen faster. It's just perfectly in time.
Wow.
And so perfectly in time that when this is a queen, it will be directly a check. So he has to move the king, and now this is again a very known endgame where you need to capture this pawn.
Yeah.
And you can't do it just with the queen. That's the problem.
Got it.
Solo queen is no good. The king has to come in and help out the queen.
Yeah.
He managed to get some progress, but again, you need to bring the king, otherwise you can't progress in the game. And here there's a threefold repetition when the same position is repeated thrice on the board. So you can see this position, again that same position for the second time, and it also happened one more time prior to this. So when you get the same position 3 times, it's what we call threefold repetition, and it's called a draw.
Okay.
Yes.
The game changed pretty fast.
Right, and actually it looked like, oh, black has a queen and black can easily win, but no, white is threatening to promote the queen, also has a knight.
Yeah.
So it was quite close. And I think it's not like they made the threefold repetition by mistake. Both the players knew that it's very equalish, and the black knew somewhat that if this becomes a queen, then white might push because of this extra knight. So this is one of the weapons you have when you are on the losing side. You can have a threefold repetition.
Hey, there is someone asking there's a request on our YouTube chat. Please watch Rahul B789 match.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go and see, no?
Search. Okay, Rahul.
Yeah.
Let's see. See, here's famous one rook mate. Let's see if he knows. And now he needs to squeeze in. Yes, so there is this border, but black needs to cut off. Yes, very
happening
good.
now, or you're
happening live? Yes.
Oh, great. Okay.
Right. So black knows. I guess black knows. So again, this is a matter of technique. You need to push.
Oh, you should push.
And now get the king here.
Yeah.
Sorry, get the rook towards the other side and slowly push, because the point is king controls these 3 squares.
Correct.
And now you can see, for example, the king was right facing the other king.
Wow. Yes.
This is the power of knowing endgame. I don't think this will be a stalemate. Black knows what he's doing.
Okay.
And now if he moves, it will be a checkmate, because the king is also taking part in the game, controlling these 3 important squares. And the rook.
Oh, it's a checkmate. Oh, right? Yeah.
Right. Black won.
Oh, nice. So this person we had to look out for.
Yeah, nice. Just to demonstrate how this happened. Over here, the black is confining the white in this square and slowly wants to push the king towards the edge of the board. You cannot checkmate in the middle of the board. So he brought the king in action. We were talking about how king is very important in the end game. And just to swing it other side, now king is going to take like a lifetime to reach over here.
Yeah.
And now this is what we call a waiting move. He's waiting for the king to come right face off the other king. Okay, he went back. So now he can push and make the square even shorter. You know, here, if the white knew what he was doing, he could also, okay, he can't, because here it's, otherwise sometimes when you're doing these kind of end games, if you play one wrong move, white can run off
Yeah.
square.
And then again, you have to do the entire exercise. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So here again, black is making the square shorter. And again, a waiting move. Why waiting move? Because if the white moves over here, then this king is taking care of these three squares, and white and the black can, sorry, push the rook, and then the white cannot move forward.
Yeah.
And I guess that happened. Yeah, see, now the point is black king is taking care of these three squares, and white and the black, again, I'm messing up, sorry. Black
Nice.
can push,
Yeah.
and white will have to go back. See. And the same thing happened. Again, a waiting move. Black is expecting that if he faces off the king again, then again you can push, and the king will have to go somewhere on the edge of.
Good that I think we should thank that YouTuber, the person who commented on YouTube to check this
Yes,
out.
yes, yes. And then I think having this conversation, and there is a way to make checkmate. And I think this guy knows how to make a checkmate in such less time. If you see, and that's the power of endgame. If you know your endgames, okay, we can't actually see what move and what time they had, but I guess black was also in time trouble 1 minute,
Mhm.
and to get this technique correct in that last minute, it requires a lot of practice. That's good. Mhm. And let's see, I guess the fourth round has begun. Wow. And we have these 7 players who are playing amazingly well, won all the 3 rounds, and currently playing the 4th round.
So out of 117, we have 7 in the
Yeah,
nice.
right. And after this, there's
So
also
you want
one
to
more
look at
round.
their numbers also, their rating number also, how.
Yeah, here we can see, okay, let's have the overview. So all the players of who are top 7 are, okay, except Arjun, most of the players are rated 1700, 1900.
Oh wow.
But I guess, okay, so this guy is really good in chess probably because, okay, maybe not amazingly good, but you can see that his rating is quite good, 1900. So you can see this rabbit symbol, that's for rapid rating. Rapid means,
Where is the symbol?
so you can, wait a minute, you can see 1919.
Yeah.
There's a small rabbit that stands for rapid format. Means
Oh,
matches between 7 to 25 minutes.
okay.
Then there is a fire symbol, which means blitz format. So blitz means less than 7-minute games. And they
Wow.
happen very fast, but that's not it. You can see that bullet symbol towards the end. So
Uh-huh.
bullet is when you are playing in just 1 minute, and the moves happen quite fast. So
Who plays like that? I mean, there are a lot of players who love that.
yeah, it's so much fun. It's very thrilling, and it's fun when there is less time.
Okay.
And you can
I
see a
don't know.
turtle symbol as well.
I'm used to test matches. So
Yeah, so that's classical. You can see this turtle symbol over here.
wow.
It stands for classical, means
Okay.
yes,
That's
that's
a test
slow
match.
games. But classical games, I guess, are the best to improve if you are a beginner or intermediate, because you are thinking in the game more, you are exploring the possibilities. So that will help you improve. So anyway, let's have a look at the top board.
Yes.
There is chess lover 747, first position. And there is this other guy, 1900 rated. Let's quickly glance through what happened.
So in this format, now both the players have won 3 matches and they are in number 1 and number 5.
Yeah.
So the algorithm would have taken care of number 2 and number 3, it would have taken
Yes.
care of that, right?
But you see, although it's 5th rank, it's the same. Like both have won 3 matches.
3 matches. Okay.
Yes.
Maybe for some other reason it has just put them in 5th. Okay.
Right. So you will be paired with the same level of players. So both have won 3 matches. And this is what we call a King's Gambit. It's a fun opening, this opening, because you are just giving up this pawn. You can take it. But if you take this, which I guess, oh, he didn't. If you take this pawn, actually, the white can push this pawn because this black pawn would be sidetracked, and white will have a really good center just at the cost of 1 pawn. And this is what we call a gambit in chess language. You gave up something, but in order to lose that material, you're also gaining great advantage in the game.
Okay.
And black doesn't want to go for that gambit. Okay. Just exchanging pieces. Oh, wow. This is This is somewhat, I guess, a good move in especially for this format because it's attacking the bishop. Also, it's not allowing the king to castle
Yeah.
because it's staring down here and you cannot castle, of course. Yes, so moved here. Can you guess around why he moved here, not here?
To protect. No, I don't know.
Yes, to protect this bishop. That's
Oh,
correct.
okay.
Because
Okay.
if the knight moved here, the queen would just take this.
Yeah.
So again, when you are playing at beginner or intermediate level, all you need to do is ask yourself, is any piece being attacked? This is being attacked. So you need to protect it somehow.
Yes.
And now, this is a brilliant tactic by Black. He took this.
Yeah.
And now the point is, okay, you can recapture, but what about this?
Wow. No, your rook is exposed.
No, that's fine. Yeah, also that. Yes, that's also true. But the point is, now Black is doing amazingly well, not just attacking the rook, attacking the bishop. It looked like White was taking care of the situation over here by
Yeah.
protecting this, but Black removed the defender of this bishop.
Yeah.
So now took the rook, and now if I was White, I would basically develop the pieces quickly. And right now you can see Black is up material. Here you can see it's up a rook and a knight. You can see plus
Yeah.
5 points, but it's not that simple because these rooks are sitting. They aren't doing anything in the game. Now White has to somehow activate the pieces quickly before Black gets a chance to activate. So that there would be an artificial advantage that Black is.
The shorter castling is 2 O's.
Yeah, this was the shorter castling. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Right. And now White can just develop the pieces. Okay, he wants to exchange. One important lesson: when you are down material, you should not exchange because that simplifies the game. That's what the material upside wants.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's see. And yes, this is a really cool move. I guess most of the players won't know that when you move a pawn 2 steps and there is this other pawn right parallel to it, it can capture en passant.
Okay.
So en passant is a term used in chess. And basically the result would be equivalent to if it moved 1 step and it was captured.
Correct. Okay.
Like this. Oh wow. The Black got 2 queens. What happened?
My God. Kids are very fast.
Yes. So check. And you can see this passed pawn is a big problem.
Oh.
And blocked it, took more things. Okay. Removed from the check. Check is doing nothing at the moment. But there is a big problem now. Queen to c1. Point is, you can't move this rook. And if you take the queen, I will capture with this pawn and make the new pawn
The queen.
queen.
Okay.
Yes. And not just it would be a queen giving a check, it would be checkmate. Because if there is a queen over here, you can't protect the king. The bishop can come in the way, but it will just capture and will be over. So let's see what happened. White knew this thing was going to happen. So protected the square.
Mhm.
And Black is trying to get the other pawn. And I don't know what White is doing, pushing this pawn, but I guess White is almost lost at the moment. Took the pawn, gave free bishop for some reason. But no problem, that's happens at any level. You can blunder pieces at any level. So again, now there are 2 pawns. It's funny how the queen and rook, so powerful pieces, are doing nothing. Like they can't do anything to do. Like for example, this knight is controlling both these pawns.
Yeah.
Knight is overpowering both these pieces.
So
Also
when now you have queen and 2 rooks. What happens when the bishop reaches there, the other end?
Sorry.
The pawn reaches the other end.
So the pawn, if reaches the end, it will promote to a queen. But you
There
need
will
to
be 2
find the
queens.
right. Yes, there will be 2 queens if one of the pawn proceeds.
Okay.
Right? But you need to wait for the right moment. For example, if
Correct.
Black moves right now, it will be just captured with the rook.
Yes.
So let's see how he converted this. Moved out the rook, and there is 1 queen. But I guess it was just an exchange, and now this. And this is what he did. He brought the rook right behind this pawn.
Hmm.
And now it will be a checkmate. He just needs to move this pawn.
It's over, right?
Yes, it's over.
Oh, okay. But why did he move? Anyway, he has to. It's a suicide. Okay.
Right. Even if he moves anything else, let's say like, you can move it over here, but then queen can somehow get activated,
Wait, and yeah.
move over here, and it's
Yeah,
slow.
perhaps moving this pawn on the left hand side. I mean, if he
It's
had
too
moved.
far. It's too far. Like these pawns are, if they were somewhere over here, there would still be chance. You can see we saw that previous game where the pawn was about to queen,
Yeah.
and they agreed to a draw.
Yeah.
So let's have a roundup. Let's see the tournament. There's
24
Ramanjan at first position won all the 4 rounds. Amazing. There is this other guy which we just saw,
Yeah.
and he is again 4 wins. There are other players who drew the game. So here you can see the point system. So since this guy won all the 4 matches, 4 wins, this person won 3 and drew one of the games. So 3.5, 0.5 for the drawn game, 1 point for the win. Right. There's still 24 games going on. See, again, 2 queens.
Oh, wow, nice.
So after seeing all these matches, Arun, are you excited to get back to chess after like college days? And
Yes, yes. Of course.
yeah,
I would love to. So we had a good small gang that used to play most of the nights. Yes, because there's no other. I mean, maybe these days people will be opening up laptop and they'll be watching movies or they'll be playing games, right? Back those days, having one desktop in one of the rooms was like a luxury.
yeah.
So let's say in my class, I'm from computer science. Okay, so 2001, 2005 batch. Out of my 70 students in the class, like 5 students would have a desktop. The third year,
Yes,
it's like a luxury
right.
having a desktop. And the only game that you used to play at that time was NFS, and I don't know if people even play those games these days. So NFS 2. I'm talking about NFS 2. Okay, so
Yes, NFS2 was. I remember I used to play that game at my neighbor's house. I
Okay,
used to go because he had the computer at home,
yeah,
and like back when I was like in my school, it was like rare to see someone having a phone.
correct.
And if someone had a phone, it would be wow, oh my god, he has a phone.
Exactly. So
And
2004.
nowadays all the kids have tabs and
Yes,
phones, even because I guess now it's a necessity, online classes.
yes.
Yes.
So for us, chess and cards are the only thing that we had as a pastime in the
Yes.
hostel. So this goes without saying. I mean, chess used to be there with everyone. I mean,
Right.
We have a request from the audience saying that someone named Vaishvik.
yeah, Vaishvik. Also
Others-
waiting for your quiz. Any
Yeah.
questions from your end?
I mean, okay, fine. Let's give it. I can give you a question and okay. So,
Meantime, maybe Avi, can you help us with the Vaishvik?
Okay, yes. So how can I help?
No, they're asking for Vaishvik's.
Game.
yeah,
I need to-
Vaishvik.
Yeah.
Okay.
Arul will also find out a quiz question for the audience.
Okay. So is there a specific
Oh, spelling. I'll spell it out for you. Vyshvik.
Okay, got it. Yes. Where is the game? I think the match is finished. Vaishvik. Let's see. I can't find. I think he has finished the game. Maybe.
Oh, okay. Vysh.
Let me see.
Yeah, that's one. That's true.
Something. I think he has finished, but I can't also find him in this. Oh yeah, here he is. Oh, sorry. So let's see what happened in the game. Okay.
Just a
he
second.
has also ran the computer analysis. And this is the technology. Like once you finish a game, you can let the computer analyze your game. It will tell you all the mistakes. and everything.
1 second, Avi. Arul, you want to just shoot out the question and then
Okay, this is for the audience, and so here goes the question.
Mhm.
So, what is the longest time recorded for a chess player to make a move? You have to,
Longest time.
yeah.
Wow, that's a very random question. But especially it would be in a classical time format because classical matches are big and like I
Okay.
mean they go
Yes,
on for
you did mention it took hours. I mean, it takes
yeah.
hours to
It
finish.
takes hours, yes. But the thing is, like for example, the rules are like for first 40 moves you have 1.5 hours. So it's not like you can sit idle for 2 hours. You have to keep on playing. So I guess it could be somewhere around 1 hour, maybe.
let's let the audience.
Let's
Yeah.
give like quite a few minutes for them to answer, and then
Let's
we'll look at the answer.
Avi, let's analyze this one.
Okay, let's see how this game proceeded. So starting, let's have a look at the starting. And this is what we call Reti opening, where you get this knight. Again, all these names are
Well, what is the name of the opening called?
Reti opening, Reti.
RETI.
And there was a very old grandmaster around, I'm not sure about, I think 1920s, 1930s. And he basically, his idea was to get the knights to control these squares and quickly short castle and get the pieces active.
I had a friend who used to do this.
So this game,
I didn't know the rule back then, I mean, the technique or anything back then. But yeah, his first 4 steps, he would be completely done with the castling.
yes,
4 or 5 steps, I don't know. Yeah.
yes. So that is one of the priorities to the king's safety is a priority in the beginning.
Okay.
So here, a mistake by black, just giving up this pawn for no reason. And oh, he didn't take. Okay, let's see. And you see this was what I was talking about. He wants to get this bishop here, castle. Yep.
But why do you think he did not take that? Black just missed it.
Just missed it probably. Yes. Right. So you can see these arrows. These arrows, it's computer's best move. So computer can analyze the position, look 20 steps, 30 steps ahead, and figure out objectively the best way to win the position. Also, you can see this evaluation bar.
Blunder.
So you can see it's more towards the white, means white is winning.
Hmm.
You can see plus 3.4. So that means if it's a positive number, it's white winning. If this bar was like taking more black side and having a negative number, black is winning. And you can see as the move proceeds, this evaluation bar is fluctuating based on the moves they are playing. And it went on. Okay, they are developing the
Just
pieces.
now I realized that evaluation arrow. Okay, I did not realize when you're explaining. Now I realize when you're saying it's moving. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And okay, at the moment you can see the material is equal. Both have so there are 2 knights, and here is a knight and a bishop, and queen 2 rooks. Again, queen 2 rooks. Oh wait, I missed this bishop, and you can see the white is having a material advantage.
Yeah.
Yes, so if white plays correct, if he exchanges the pieces, then he would have a safe endgame. Yeah, and this is what white does. He just takes this piece because exchanging is good for him. He's simplifying the game.
One additional.
Also, another problem is now the king is quite exposed. And we were talking about this thing in like a few games back, that now since these pawns are doubled, now queen can come here, and then eventually this bishop can get active somehow, and everything can like it can turn around. You can see the engine is agreeing with me. Plus 10. White is very close to winning. It's almost full white, you can see. But that's only if white plays the best moves. That's the condition.
Got it. Yeah.
And you see now the queen will come in. Rook is also going to come in. Yep, see? Yeah. Well, I guess if I was playing, I would have just exchanged because exchanging is good for me at the moment. But no one likes to exchange queen.
Oh my God. Black is.
Oh yeah, he had just blundered this knight. So moved the rook, and this knight was unprotected.
Oh, they're just clearing the board.
And now it's here you can see that now the computer is saying checkmate is unavoidable. So white can, the white can basically, there is a #7. So this means white can checkmate the black in 7 moves, and
Oh.
black can't do anything about it. Yes, but of course, if white knows the right move combination,
Hmm.
and you can see these pawns are going to like turn into a queen, and then it's just easy. Yeah. Checkmate. Right. So now we have a break. Arun, if you mind, I'll be right back in a minute.
Sure, sure. We'll also take a short break. Yes.
Sure, sure. So I'm keeping the screen sharing on.
Okay.
And I'll be right back in a minute.
You can switch off your video and yeah, come back sometime. So Arul, have you started seeing answers on the YouTube?
Yeah, yes, we have an answer by CyberCuber, and also he wants us to analyze his game. He says he was winning and he stalemated by accident.
Yeah, I think we analyzed one such video
Okay.
where I don't know. We were in when Abhi is back. We can set
Yeah.
for the interested audience. In case you get back to the video and can scroll back, there are two interesting games where we saw that one of the coin had an extra edge, but lost it because there were 3 moves that were done one after the other. There's a name for it. Abhi might be able to help us. The same moves you keep doing left, then you move right, then you move left, then you move right. You do the same steps thrice. It's a
Yeah, he said something about time consuming.
oh yeah, there's one game that also happened. Yes.
Yeah.
So I believe some of them lost it because of I believe they just lost the track. They were in their strategy and they just lost the track of some of these simple things. So I think we'll analyze. We'll go through these and see if
Yes. So
777.
the answer for the question is actually the longest tournament chess game in terms of moves ever to be played was Nikolic Arsovic, Belgrade, 1989. And this chess game, it lasted for 269 moves, and it took 20 hours and 15 minutes. But it ended in a draw game.
Yeah.
And
Usually when the games go on for a lot of time, it's usually a draw because it's quite competitive, and both the players have chances. Only then they would waste time and proceed for like a 20 hours match if there is a chance for both players.
20 hours, 15 minutes. Wow.
Yes, like few years back, not few years, probably like hundreds of years back, people used to play correspondence matches. So correspondence matches is I will write down a move,
Yeah.
like e4, e4, my first move, send a letter to another person.
Wow.
Yeah, the person will receive and see the move, and he will write down the response, send back, and that's how the match goes for years. Yes.
Yeah, maybe perhaps in the Kings playing.
Right. So
And
There are some requests.
yeah, we have Retish Nyanathos, 200. He said he was winning, but then he stalemated by accident.
Yeah. So stalemate, a very very amazing thing. Like the losing side has some chance, and stalemates happen also on an international level. So sometimes we can't do, but it's just a lesson to learn always. When you're stalemating, you need to make sure that when there is just a lone king, that you don't run into a stalemate. You need to give the other king some space.
You want to just open that second
Yeah,
one?
he wants us just
The no, second one, Ratish Nyanadas.
Okay, right.
I think,
So the
yeah,
last
the
match,
two halves. I think
he had stalemate twice.
he says that he was winning, but then he stalemated on accident.
Yes. So here he moved the king, and because of that, now the king has no check at the moment. Like the queen is taking these squares, but nothing is happening at where the king is standing. And black has no moves. So it's what we call a stalemate. Yes,
The other
so
one, can you also open the
Yeah,
other
we have another
half?
request by.
No, sorry, Avi. There's one more half point for.
Okay, yeah,
right,
yeah.
right. So let's see how this draw happened. Threefold repetition. I
Ah,
guess we
I
saw
think,
this match. Yeah,
yeah,
we saw this
yes,
match.
yes. I think this is in this game he was winning, and I think
I think it's quite equal, but yeah, you can see the engine. It's 0-0, so means it's perfectly
oh,
balanced. You
okay,
might think that there's a queen here, but the point is, if let's say if I don't give a check, if I just move the king, then white can simply promote and make his own queen. Yeah.
yeah. I think we analyze this one,
Yes.
right? I think maybe Rati should just go back on this video
Yeah.
maybe later and see this particular
Right.
portion where I think we analyze it live.
I don't know if the black side knew what he was doing, but in this certain situation, if you are in a must-win situation, then you should definitely proceed. But otherwise, it's not like error to have a threefold repetition, because sometimes if you want to just play safe, you can give a draw. You have this
Got it.
possibility. Yeah.
Okay.
We also have another request
Mhm.
by Radha 777.
Okay. Uh, so what happened?
Yeah, Radha 777. She wants us to analyze the room or something.
Okay, which one? I
Anything
guess.
going on now, Abhi?
Okay, the one going on. All right.
Okay.
Yes. So here, the material looks quite equal because two minor pieces will take with the rook. Should take with the rook. Yes. Because if you take with the pawn, you are messing up the pawn structure. And this lone pawns are not good. If the pawns are together, they coordinate very well. So black wants to go to an endgame, wants to exchange this pieces. And now black will recapture with bishop or with the king. King, okay. And now it's endgame time. So you need to activate the king. You need to bring the king in action. Hello?
Yeah, yeah. So what do you
Yeah.
think? How do you think this is going to?
Yes, so I guess now the players want to go to endgame. And here you can see the black is trying to push, trying to have some counterplay, but you can see these three pawns are really working well together. They're coordinating really well. Okay, gave up this bishop for this pawn here, but I don't see the idea behind this. White can just recapture. So this is not a good deal. Like for example, black took. But I just want to make sure my audio and video is audible, right?
Yes, yes,
Yes, yes.
yes, yes.
Right. So here black took the pawn, which is not a good idea, because if this pawn takes back, black will again take. So you got these two pawns for this bishop. Bishop is worth 3 points
Correct.
and 2 pawns. So 1 plus 1. So you are having a not a very good deal here. But let's see. The game is still going on at the moment. And I think both have good chances, because even though so yeah, here they have the black has really good pawns, like 7 pawns. And because of this pawn majority here, these pawns can be really dangerous. Imagine if these pawns are somewhere on the 7th rank or 6th rank. What? Oh, missed the rook. Yeah, so this happens with everyone, happens with me as well in my game. So sometimes you are just lose attention at just for a minute or for just even a fraction of a second and play a wrong move.
Yeah,
Right. Let's just have a look at other games as well.
sure, sure.
The top board games. Let's look. So I guess Prabhanjan, who is 1900, is playing really well.
Yeah.
And let's see how's this match going. Prabhanjan is black. And
Okay. I think Srivatsa also we spoke, I believe. Yeah.
yes. So Prabhanjan is black and Srivatsa is white. Here, the situation looks quite equal in terms of materials. You can see equal number of pieces on the board. Pawns, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So very balanced game. Both are playing quite good so far, and anyone can win. If there was an eval bar at the moment, it would might be somewhere balanced at 0.
Okay. See, the good part is the king is not at all exposed for both of them, right?
Excuse me, Arun, I can't see your video at the
Oh,
moment.
okay, okay. I think I switched it off when you went for a break.
Okay.
Okay.
I think if I was playing, I would prefer white because this bishop is just a monster over this diagonal.
Oh, okay.
And somewhere like the rook can come over here, dominate this file. The queen can again come here, but it's still very far-fetched. White has to work his way, get the pieces activated.
See, even
And
for
yes,
black, I think from a position perspective, everything is open now, right?
yes.
And
So
actually,
at the moment, like the black's bishop was here, came here, and now the bishop is activated. You can see both black and white are doing great because the pieces, the bishop is eyeing down towards the king. Here also the bishop is eyeing down towards the king, and somehow they now this is what we call a middle game in chess. It's not the opening, it's not the end game.
okay.
Yes, yes.
Well,
And they have to somehow convert things, like try to activate the pieces. So here you can see the white queen is doing quite well, and now black just developed the queen. So both are playing really well. And you can see there are 1800, 1900 rated players.
So in such cases, see the black queen is not threatening rook, right?
No, not at all, because it's
Yeah, it's
protected.
there. So why do you think such moves are done? It's just to
Because
bring it out.
right, because in chess, I guess, especially when both players are really playing well, you need to develop the pieces and slowly get the advantage maximized.
Okay.
So somehow what black should do, I guess, is double up this rooks, move this rook up and support the other rook so that this pawn can be threatened to capture. And this is what white did. I hope white is not listening to our conversation. He doubled up the
There'll be a
rook.
small delay, so don't worry.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Zoom to YouTube, there's a small delay. And anyways, if he is listening to us, you lose time.
Yes. This is what we call stream sniping. That's the term right now. Like, because a lot of chess content happens like this. The person is commentating and there's a tournament going on. So some cheaters watch the stream while playing. But
It's
yeah,
quite
I
delayed
think,
actually. It's quite
yes,
delayed,
yes,
so there's no need.
right, right. But of course, no offense to the players.
Yeah,
I guess they
number
are
one,
playing
number two, and number
honestly.
10. So
Yeah.
they're way too smart.
There's already a person asking when is the next when does the next CPL start?
Okay.
I guess he's finished his game and then he's asking.
I think this is so far the best game I've seen in the tournament. White is very focused. White wants to attack this pawn. The point is this is a backward pawn, and this pawn cannot be protected by other pawns. For example, if you take this pawn, it's protected by this pawn. There is no chance any piece can capture this, because let's say if rook takes, then the rook will be captured. So the idea is white wants to get this pawn, and that's the only hope. Whereas black wants to get this pawn because this is white's backward
Is he
pawn.
listening? He made that move.
No, but the thing is, they are really good players. They're 1800, 1900. I'm
Yes.
myself 1900 player, so they really
Yeah,
know
yeah.
what
I
they're
know.
doing.
Just joking.
Yeah, definitely.
The kids are doing wonderful. I mean,
Yes, yes.
especially these kids, they're number 2, number 1. I'm sure
Mm,
they're working very hard and they're very focused. They
mhm.
cannot just joke around and do, right? Yeah.
Definitely, and they both know what they are doing. For example, the white wants to get this pawn because this is the weakest point in black's camp, and this pawn is the weakest camp in white's camp because it's a backward pawn. This pawn cannot be protected by any other pawns.
Mhm.
Same for this pawn. You can like bring the rook and everything to protect this, but you can't protect this with another pawn. And this is what white is doing. You can see everything is eyeing at this pawn. And black is doing a really good job defending at the moment because okay, right now there are 2 defenders and 3 attackers. So maybe a good idea would be to undouble this rooks, go back, support this. Number of attackers are more than the number of defenders. You can see 3, 1, 2, and 3 attackers, and only 1 and 2 defenders, queen and this rook. So if black does nothing, okay, so here black did, but I guess you can just capture this one. Yeah.
So in this case,
Mhm.
is it a strategy to just let the game go without doing much? Because as
No, that won't work if it's like because they're 1800, 1900 players. If you play like random moves, like just moving a pawn, eventually black will like bring the queen somehow over here, attack this pawn, and then like will maximize the advantage. So here this pawn fell down, you can see. But right now white should be very cautious because there's a back rank problem, and that's what black is trying to aim for. He wants to give this silent stealthy check, and it's actually a checkmate. Okay, it's not a checkmate at the moment because you can block it with the bishop, but it can be if white is not cautious.
Hey,
Okay.
thanks a lot, Abhi. It's Anu here.
Hello.
Such a pleasure having you. So, what's your take on the overall tournament today?
It's going really well, and I think there is a lot of competition. There's a lot of enthusiasm, and that's really amazing. We saw some really good games. We saw some stalemate ideas. Stalemate is basically when we discussed it's a draw where one side is completely winning and just messes up. And there were really good moments where we saw, and like for example, this game is going really well.
So, I'm sure I can
Really
hear
good
your voice all strained because of the continuous
Yeah.
talking. So, I'm just going to give you a small break. I'm going to get Arul to share a couple of questions. We do have some viewers watching this on the YouTube live. Although most of the crowd is on the leeches, watching the games where they are switching between the games. Arul, if you have a couple of questions ready, I'm sure it'll be lovely. We can give Abhi Joshi a small break and we can let you ask the questions.
Sure.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, we have certain questions.
Over to you, Arun and Arul.
Yes. So the next question, here goes the next question. So what is the record of moves without capture? What is the record of moves without capture? This is the question.
I have seen that game actually. I don't know the move count, but I've seen that game. It's
Okay.
I think it would be less than, of course, it will be less than 50 because if it's more than 50, it would be a draw. So maybe
Okay.
40, 30 moves, 40 moves. I don't know.
Let's look at the audience answer.
It will be 49 actually without a capture because yeah.
So let's see audience's answers.
Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have said the
No,
answer.
it's all right. I mean, it's just guessing and it's fine.
Okay.
We have no answers.
Have you closed the discussion on this? Or Abhi?
Yes, sorry.
No, oh, okay. We are in an interesting scenario. Okay.
Yeah, so in the match, it's also going really well. The white is trying to press, and now the rook and the queen are threatening to capture. So rook should protect this, or maybe the queen should protect this. This bishop, it's looking very sad at the moment, like just blocked by its own pawns.
Yeah.
Somehow needs to activate here or here, I don't know. Protected
There, yeah.
We have certain answers like 50 move rule and 72 moves.
Yeah, 50 rule move, 50 move rule. So that's basically you have to capture under 50 moves, otherwise it's going to be a draw.
After you have the last king, I mean the last piece.
Yeah. Yes, after the last capture. Okay, and now the thing is the checkmate is inevitable. Okay. Oh wait, no, wait. He just blundered the knight because what he was looking for, he wanted to get the queen here and checkmate over here, but he just forgot about the knight, and so did I actually. Yeah.
Okay.
So the answer to the question is actually, it's actually in 2000, Mage Freud Lenore lasted 72 moves without a capture before White lost on time.
Then it might be a very old game because
Yeah.
right when there were no
There's
official.
there was actually a game, a match between Thornton and M. Walker in 1992, and it had 100 moves.
But then it would be 100 moves, but there would be a capture, I guess, in between.
Yeah, but
So because in 1990 there were there were certain rules, and there was, I guess, the 50 move rule.
there was also another game, Israel.
Wait a minute. Sorry, excuse me. I think
Yeah, sorry.
here. Oh no, here I think White could have just gone here given the check, but I don't know. That's not helping much. Okay, so here at the moment, White is doing much better because he has extra piece. Black tried to attack, but somehow lost that knight. Remember that? Yeah, sorry to interrupt again.
I think no, that's a wonderful situation that we are in. But now this person's ready for exchange. Okay.
Yes, and I'm sure since they are
okay.
good, they have a good rating, they know what to do, and they will try to exchange. But it's not easy. White will try best to, Black will try best not to exchange pieces.
Yeah. Bringing it out. Interesting moves.
But it's almost like this bishop isn't there in the game. Like, look at this bishop. It's blocked by the pawns. It will be useful if it comes over here or here.
Correct. I think that was the time to bring it out.
Yeah, pawn is falling, but also they are quite low in time. And now you will see how, since they are like they have a good rating, they will play fast now. And they won't lose on time. Probably, let's hope. And probably the other players who are doing good in the tournament in top 5 would be also watching this game because it matters on this game as well. For example, if one of the players won all the games and other player has won, let's say, not won all the games, then if Srivatsa wins, then it will be like the Prabhanjan would lose the streak because he won 4 games, 3 games. And I guess this is the final round.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And
it's a crucial match for Prabhanjan actually.
Right, because if Prabhanjan loses this, then this guy wins.
Okay.
And if Prabhanjan wins, then we will have to see the tiebreaker points. I will explain tiebreaker if it's needed because it's a bit complicated, but it's just luck. It's actually luck in tiebreak. It depends on what kind of players you won against.
So we are control the pairing. Last moments, right?
Yes. Prabhanjan, if he can hold this, Prabhanjan is definitely winning, although there is a rook, but these pawns are quite close to promotion. But again, okay, we are looking from the Black's perspective. Okay. It's going to be very tough because they are on the last 10 seconds and you can see how fast they are playing. And now, now Black is winning because this pawn is going to be promoted.
Oh, okay.
He will, and I guess they can easily do this queen.
Time is very limited, right?
And now if king moves, it will be it would be stalemate. So yep, he knows, black knows. And
Very little time, right?
yes, and now the thing is queen is getting close, and now the king will come here and give this checkmate.
Yeah.
Wow, really good game by black. Amazing.
Wow. Very little time.
Yes, yes. So Prabhanjan, congratulations. He played really well. Let's have a look at standings. And so I think just need to refresh this. Oh yes, we have the results.
Oh.
And in the tie break, this guy got the first position.
Uh-huh.
Prabhanjan, although he had 5 wins as well, but
Mhm.
just because of this tiebreaker, he lost.
So you want to explain how?
Tiebreaker it's basically, so Prabhanjan won against 4 players. So the average or the addition of the points of the 4 players
Okay.
is the tiebreaker score.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So Prabhanjan is first position. So Prabhanjan's played with better players, won against better players
Nice.
than
Okay.
this guy. But you can't control that. You can't control who's going to be your opponent. So it's luck, but it just proves that Prabhanjan won against better players.
Wow. Congratulations, Pravanjan.
Yes.
We have a winner, Pravanjan. And will we have? Okay, yeah. So we can see that. Pravanjan, Lutifi, 3987, TWXO,
Yes.
928. Congratulations.
First, second, third position, I guess they played really well. And we can just have a look at the profiles. You can see that they have a really good rating.
Okay.
They have 1900, 1700.
What is that? Oh, okay. No issues.
So this guy, and I'm pretty sure they have professionally played chess at some point, or maybe they are playing professionally.
Okay.
Yes. And definitely this guy, you can see his bullet rating is 2100. Rapid rating is 1955. So that's really good. And they have really, really good future in chess, probably. Yes.
Nice.
Mhm.
So there was this. There's one Ratish who has been
Mhm.
chatting with us on YouTube also, I believe. So he has been requesting a lot of his games to be analyzed.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. So he's in the first position. Good. So I believe the certificates and the prizes for the top 10, I think Anu is doing the announcement of other Zoom where the event is.
Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
The event is happening. Congratulations to all the winners. So, Abhi, any closing notes that you want to give, or you have anything to share before?
Well, I would say for players who are getting started just with chess, I think this was a really good push, and they should enjoy the game. They should play more and not give up. That's the only thing.
Good. I think platform like LHS is providing us that opportunity to play more.
Yes. All you need is a good internet connection. That's it.
Yes.
And nowadays, like, all the resources are on YouTube,
Yeah.
and you can definitely reach really good position in chess.
Yes. So for you to know, we have many batches running in Learner Circle where chess classes are. In fact, we would like to thank Pon Shankar, Pon Perumal, who is one of our tutor, who drove this event also. I mean, on the other Zoom, he's driving the whole event along with few other tutors that we have, Surya and a few others who are there. So they have been the backbone of the whole thing, the whole idea. And I would like to thank you because you are there with us all through and analyzing. And I'm sure our marketing team now has enough content from snippets. Yeah, from our interaction today. Wonderful, wonderful knowledge. I mean, I'm not talking from the marketing point of view, but I'm talking from the knowledge point of view. What you've created now for us is a lot of knowledge capsules. That can be viewed by our learners or anyone who wants to search things online. I'm sure our team will publish it for free, so there's learning that will continue, right? I mean, ultimately it's about the learning. That's very important. The journey has to go on. So wonderful, actually, having such great people associated with Learner Circle. We are so glad that you're all there to support us and help us run such events which are very beneficial for the kids.
Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me. It was a really nice opportunity to see all these budding players. They were playing, and it's not just about winning at this point, probably. Although you want to win, but it's in the long run, it matters how consistent you are, because I've seen so many chess players, so many sports persons, they play really well for 3 years and then they just give up. And
Oh,
the
okay.
good idea is to stay in the long run, keep playing, enjoy the game, because if you enjoy the game, you will stay with the game.
I mean, just curious. I mean, in case you are there online in some place and kids want to follow you,
Uh-huh. So
is there something that they can search for online? I don't know.
for chess, my leeches ID is Knight Captures Queen.
Okay.
And
You're okay to share, I mean, okay if people come and request you for the game, right?
sure, yes.
Okay.
So it would
Nice.
be
So people who are watching this video, you can always reach out to him in case he's
Yes.
free. He'll certainly play a game with you. I'm
definitely.
sure. I think more than the game, the learning is very important.
Yes.
Always
for
get
sure.
to, yeah. And I think the system itself gives you a lot of insights on which is the
Yes.
blunder move, which is a good move, right?
Yes, and there are so many other things you can do. You can practice on the software. You can like study different openings, because when you are like playing a certain opening, you need to know the follow up and certain
Got it.
things.
Yes.
So you can analyze. There is an analysis board. Basically, if you play any game, you can see this is the engine. You can play any move. It will suggest the best move in the position,
Wow.
and
Okay.
everything is free.
Wonderful. And a huge encyclopedia in itself.
Yes,
And thanks to you, you know so many terms that are there in chess. So it's nice to know such terms, which maybe perhaps a common man might not be hearing. He'll be just using it, right? Just accidentally also sometimes.
Yes, I
But-
try to comment it in such a way that everyone can enjoy, not just complete beginners, not for complete advanced players. So I hope I I did.
You certainly did
good
the
job.
justice, and I'm sure that's why the kids are eager to listen to your analysis on their games. They're putting it on YouTube already. But I think we have our own time limits.
Yes,
We have to end the show at some point. But I'm sure we'll again have a chance to meet up and do this event again and also learn a lot. I think it's an ocean. We'll get to learn a lot. But just for people who are there on YouTube, we have the top 10 now, and our team will reach out to the top 10 and they'll be awarded.
yes,
So,
congratulations to all the top 10 winners, and especially to first and second position. They played really well, won all the 5 games. Amazing. Yes.
great team. Thank you. Arul, you have any closing notes?
Sorry, I lost the audio for a second.
No, I'm just saying, any closing notes for Arul? You want to say?
Yes, thank you so much for like being with me, and it was really nice to communicate with Arul, and of course you, Arul. It was a really nice job. Thank you, Anuji, to give me this opportunity to commentate for this tournament they have organized. And great job. It's a really nice initiative, because I see a lot of tournaments, but they have registration fees and excuse me. So they have registration fees, and sometimes people don't participate because of fees and stuff. It was free of cost. It was promoting chess. It was promoting overall development of a student, not just, being in academics and studying science, math, everything. This is also very important.
Yeah, that's the whole purpose of Learner Circle.
It's a really, really good initiative by Learner Circle.
Thank you. Thanks for those wonderful words, Abhi.
Thank you so much.
For the viewers, we will catch up again.
So I can see this in the chat that there is a request whether winners can join our meet.
They can join. Yes, Arul, is there a way we can share the link and maybe the viewers can come over here?
Yes.
So that's a wonderful opportunity to interact, right, Abhi?
Yeah, it's a really nice opportunity, and I'm very curious to have a look at their own thoughts. Because they played 5 games. And yeah.
And I don't know, is it draining to play 5 games in a short time?
Not really. If you are like If you play daily, then 5 games are not that exhausting, I would say.
Okay. If you love something, it will
Yeah.
not break.
It actually matters whether you're winning or losing. If you're losing, then after 3 games you would be very demoralized. Whereas if you're winning, you might not get bored after 15 or 20 games.
Wow. 15, 20 games. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Definitely.
So, Arul, if you have any update from the other end that they can be joined, yeah, let us know. Or else we can close this show for now. Or maybe some other day we can invite them and have interaction. That's also fine.
Yes, definitely.
They're all from Middle East, so I think the time would be around 6.
Oh, I thought they were Indians.
Indians in Middle East, most probably.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
Okay.
we saw the registrations. We saw it from Qatar, Dubai, Oman. So Indians were also there. I mean, people in India were also there. I saw a lot of them from
Right.
these
I
regions
see.
also. Especially, I think few schools they might have noticed this and they would have
Mhm.
informed there.
Yes. Yes.
So thanks for I mean to those schools also, because
Right.
maybe perhaps they found this out and they informed their kids.
Yeah,
That
definitely.
helped.
Yes. Yes. And yeah, they played really well. And it's actually exhausting when there are longer time formats. Like 10 minutes is, I wouldn't say it's long, but let's say if I was playing bullet games or blitz games, which are less than 5 minutes, then I won't be exhausted that easily, because in longer formats, not only they take more time, but you have to think more in the position. That's more exhausting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, we'll wait for 2 more minutes, Abhi, and if they
Sure.
don't join, maybe we can
Sure.
stop
No
this.
problem.
Yes. So there's a little bit of coordination required because
Mhm.
they have to be shared that link and
I can do one thing. I can, since we are waiting and we don't have anything else to do, I can quickly show queen how to checkmate with a queen.
it's certainly wonderful. Yes, yes, yes.
Only if it, okay, all right.
I
Oh,
think
they are there.
but you can still go ahead and do it.
Okay, all right. I'll quickly show the right. So on the board editor, let me just clear the board. Let's have king, kings, and queen, of course. And let's place them at random positions. Let's continue from here, play with computer, and yes, play with the best computer, 8th rank. But it doesn't matter. It's not that difficult. So after all, my idea is to narrow down this box. And so right now this is the box, and no matter what you do, the king cannot escape this box.
Correct.
But at the same time, white needs to know that just a queen is not enough for checkmate. The king has to come in the picture.
Yeah.
So we will basically make this box shorter. We can move this queen here so that the box would be this,
Mhm.
right? And now we can further narrow down the box by placing the queen here, then this will be the box. So it's a matter of technique. So now here, I can do a lot of things, but what I shouldn't do is play this move, because if I move the queen here, it will be a stalemate. Okay, queen can, okay, it's not stalemate, but it's very close to stalemate.
Yeah.
The king can run over here. But okay, so here I calculated, but sometimes what people do is they just play randomly without thinking and can lose the game. So, okay, here only move. So now I will play this. And now the point is, this is the box. And the black has no better job than to just going back and forth these two squares. So now I have all the time in the world to bring the king. And even if, let's say, I am like low to 1 second or 2 seconds, it doesn't matter, because I can just pre-move.
Yeah.
I can just pre-move. And now finally, when I move this queen over here, it would be checkmate.
Just an announcement. So participants who are joining us now, just wait for a few minutes. Let others also join. In the meantime, I thought we'll have our expert Abhi take us through one move, this last move, endgame move for queen. So
Yes, it was, I just played it. It was, all we need to do is, with the help of this king, we are going to move this queen over here. So of course, the queen cannot be captured. And this will be a checkmate, of course, because king has no squares. Yes.
Super.
So that boxing technique is very important. You have to narrow down the box, bring the king in. And yes,
Yes.
if
So
you know this technique, even if you are under time pressure, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, you can still manage to do this. But if you don't know this boxing technique, then it's going to be tough.
true. So we have Lutfi, Ratish, and Tay, V, Xiang already in. Hey, you want to open your videos? You don't mind? Ratish, Tay, V, Xiang, and Lutfi. Nice. So Lutfi, do you want to share your experience? Did I pronounce your name right, Lutfi?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Tell us about yourself and also share your experience. No?
I'm 13-year-old. I'm from Kerala, India.
Okay.
I have been playing chess for a year now.
Okay.
No, I'm very happy winning the second place in the tournament.
Just 1 year.
Yeah.
Okay.
So very well played, Lutfi. And I understand that you got the second place because of the tie break, and you won all the 5 games. You did a great job. So it's almost like being the first position. Great job, great work, and all the best for your chess career.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So we'll go to the next person. Shuan. Did I pronounce your name right? Okay. Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you come on video? Yeah. Hi. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself and also how you felt about this game? We cannot hear you. Tell us about yourself. Yeah.
Introduce myself.
Yes. Introduce yourself.
I come from Malaysia.
Okay.
I'm Chinese. My name is Li Qi Xuan.
Okay.
That's all.
Nice. Thanks for joining us on this event. And I think, did you enjoy the game? How long you have been practicing chess?
Um, 1 month ago.
1 month ago.
And that
Okay.
this friend teach me one.
Oh, okay. Okay, nice. Congratulations. And I'll move to the next person. Tay Vi Xiang. Hi.
Hi.
Did I pronounce your name right?
Yeah, Tay Wei Xiang.
Tay Vi Xiang. Okay.
Yeah, I also come from Malaysia.
Okay.
I'm 16 years old. I play for chess when I'm free. Then this month actually just start joining the competition in internet. Just start join lah. Then just saw at Facebook. Then I joined already.
Okay. How you just saw it on internet and you just joined?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay. So how was the competition overall?
Quite okay. Just a bit noisy lah.
Okay. Right. Thanks. Anything else you would like? Can I move to the next kid? Okay. I will now move to Ruben. Hi, Ruben.
Hi, sir.
Hey, how are you? Where are you from?
I'm from India. Right now, I'm in Saudi Arabia in Riyadh, but I'm from India.
Oh, okay. And how did you get to know about this event?
I'm from Modern Middle East, so for the students there, they send a message
Oh, okay.
being held.
Did you enjoy? How was the competition? How was the
It was really good. Just one thing, like when I ended, I saw that most of them were actually very young kids,
Most of the.
were very young compared to me.
Oh, okay. Hey, it doesn't matter. I mean, you have anything to say there?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
age is just a number. That's all I have to say. Yeah, maybe the people are small in age, but they're not small in chess language age. So yes, right.
Yeah,
So I'm a chess player, and I'd like to play chess. I play chess. I play in chess.com daily.
okay.
Mhm.
I just
Right.
like to know one thing. Like, are you both chess players?
I am chess player. Yes.
What is your FIDE rating?
So I'm 1900 rated player.
Oh, I'm 1650.
That's great. That's really good. And that's amazing that I'm pretty sure by the time you are my age, you would be like you would have surpassed 2000 probably if you continue playing. And that's really good. You should keep it up and great job at the tournament.
That's me.
Nice. I'll now move on to the next person. Ashwin. Hey, Ashwin.
Yeah, I am Ashwin.
Hey, Ashwin. So tell me, where are you from? Tell us about yourself.
Yeah, I can't hear you quietly.
You cannot hear me. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Great. So tell us about yourself, no? Where are you from?
I am Ashwin from India, 9-year-old, living in Tamil Nadu, Chennai.
Oh, nice. Okay. And how did you get to know about us?
What?
Okay. From when you have started playing chess?
I played chess when I came to my apartment, and usually I was playing the board. And before, on January, I logged in, December 29, I logged in chess.com, and I had my second account is Ashwin MK. My first account was Ashwin M. Kumar, got blocked, so I joined my other account. And the first account was in January, somewhere I don't know.
Nice, nice. So you enjoyed the game tournament?
Yeah, I enjoyed it totally, but I was quite sad when I lost to Rubin. Only one move that was blundered. I just
It
I
happens
didn't
with
blunder.
everyone.
Okay. I think every day is a learning.
Yeah.
You have to learn. Okay. No, don't worry.
Even the grandmasters make mistakes. They blunder pieces. That happens with everyone. But the main thing you should know, Ashwin, is you have to come back strong. Right? You have to forget that and come back again with all the energy.
Yeah, of course.
Good. Can we move to Prabhanjan? Thanks, Ashwin. Prabhanjan. Yeah. Prabhanjan, can you unmute yourself?
Sir,
Yeah, Prabhanjan. Can you hear me?
yes, sir.
I think you have to make you spotlight for everyone. Yes. So tell us about yourself, Prabhanjan.
Sir, I am from India. In Chennai, Mailapur, Tamil Nadu, Chennai, Mailapur.
Okay.
My coach was Pon Perumal. I studied in on-foot school, on-foot academy in Santham.
Oh, Santham. Nice, Prabhanjan. Nalla, you won it, right? You're the winner, I believe. Yes. Congratulations on that. So
Thank you.
all the 5 games you have won. So
Yes.
how many years have you been playing?
3 years, sir.
3 years. What's your age?
So 14. 14. Sir.
From 11 you have been playing. Nice. Abhi, anything you want to share? I think we have been analyzing his board a lot.
So Prabhanjan, really good, especially in time trouble. You did the queen checkmate.
Yes, sir. In last game, I made blunders, sir, in middle.
I think you
route 10 game,
you had a really good winning position when you took that pawn, right? That
yes, sir.
backward pawn. If you want, we can just like quickly go through the game.
Yes, sir.
If it's okay, Arun.
Yes. I'm sure everyone would love to see that game.
Right.
That's a crucial game for others who are watching here. That was a crucial game.
Yeah, I was also watching the game. It was so beautiful.
Yes. That was a crucial game because if Prabhanjan lost that game, I think he would not have been won. I think someone else would have taken that spot.
Yeah.
And that I think was a very crucial game. Maybe, yeah.
Pravanjan, I think you were black, right, in the last game,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
and you were down material towards the end, because I remember the white had
Yes.
extra piece, and I guess white blundered somewhere.
Yes. I blended in queen check in corner of the queen kings. That
Let's have a look on the board. You can okay, I'll just share it quickly.
okay.
You can see the board, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I will go to the tournament. So can you send me the link again, Arun, because I lost the link.
I'll
Can I-
share it here. Just
the
a minute.
tournament link in the Zoom chat.
Yes, yes, I'll do that. Arun, you will be able to help me, or
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll send the link.
okay?
Let me see if I can just. Oh yeah, I got it. I just went back and I found it.
You got it, huh? Okay.
Let's go to the last game, Pravanjan. So went
Yes.
with E4, the black went for French defense. And
Yes.
so, did you have you prepared against the French defense?
Yes, sir. My master prepared me. Yes.
So that's good that you were aware about the French defense and you went for this advanced variation. And quite solid opening, I would say. And even I guess black is doing well, like at least in the beginning, he knows what he's doing. This is a very common idea to in the French to move the knight from E7 square to F5. And I think game was going really well at this point. And then there was a really interesting middle game because we were streaming and we saw, I guess, from this point somewhere. Yes, and I was just talking about this thing that black has this weakness, with this backward pawn, whereas white has the weakness with this pawn. So what were you thinking while playing this? Were you thinking of protecting this pawn or centering the pieces around this pawn? Prabanjan, I can't hear you.
Sir, I want to become rook c6 because the e6 pawn also protected. So at that point, the bishop line was closed. I didn't see that time. That is so
Right.
blunders, sir.
Yeah. And this was actually a good move. I was talking with the audience and you can see like the bishop at the moment has no future. It's completely blocked, cannot do, but this is really a good play that he brought the bishop over here, which was the best move in the position, and activating this bishop and somehow just getting advantage over the middle game. And I think over here, white was having slight advantage, if I'm not mistaken, because this pawn is about to fall. And this was a blunder, yes, because you can just kick back this knight. I guess you missed this idea, but that's fine.
No, Pravajan was holding black.
I know, yeah. And black had this really good advantage over here.
Okay.
To
Okay.
kick off this knight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the rooks took the pawn. And were you looking for some back rank mate ideas, Pravanjan, at this
Yes,
point?
yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, because I was also talking, although it's not possible at the moment, but this rook
Pressure
needs to come
the
back.
opponents.
Yeah, they just sometimes we have to, and back rank mates happen all the time. So here, just an effort for back rank mate, but doesn't do much. Good game, and I think here you missed that knight when we were talking about this in the stream. I know your idea was to come here and then mate.
Yes, sir.
Right, and really good technique here. You want to move this, but just missed this knight, and it happens, of course, and you
It's
covered up.
blundered.
What a
Great
wonderful
ending.
game it was, right, Abhi? What a
Yeah.
wonderful game.
And
So
towards
we
the end,
have Te Wei Xiang. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing the name right. And Chi Zhuan. Both of them, I think, are. It's way late for them. If we can quickly have a word with them,
They have spoken.
it will be lovely. Oh, it's
They have
spoken already. My
Sure,
bad.
just concluding that really good endgame technique, and after all, checkmated with the queen. Awesome, really good play by Prabanjan.
Thanks.
Hey, who was playing with Pravajan at that time?
Srivatsa. I forgot his name. I think Srivatsa.
Was
Srivat Sairam. His name is.
Okay. Okay. Even Srivatsa would have been, I think he just missed it to be in this list. Yeah.
I wanted him to lose. I wanted Srivatsa to lose, or else I will not be in top 5.
Okay. Ratish, come on. I think you are there. You are active on YouTube. Like Prabhanjan, congratulations. Keep it up. Keep growing. Keep learning. Okay, great job today. I'll now move on to the next participant, Ratish. I think very active on YouTube Live also. Okay, tell us. I'll pin you and yes.
Ratish, it's not a good idea to stream snipe while you are playing.
I'm not stream. I didn't stream snipe. After I finished my match, that's when I watched.
Okay.
Oh, so he knows
very
all
good.
these terms also. Great, good, Ratish. Nice.
That's really good. That's really well. That's really good sportsmanship.
Super, Ratish. We loved your game, and I think we did analyze 2 or 3 of your games. Actually,
some unfortunate stalemates.
yeah.
And there was a 3-fold repetition.
I was
Were you going for the 3-fold repetition on purpose because you saw that it was a drawn position, or was it just happened because you didn't?
Yes,
out of mistake.
If he didn't have the knight, then I would have easily won by giving check again and again, by getting closer to the king and not letting the pawn promote. But he had the knight and that too on the promotion square, so I had to make it a draw.
Also, if the knight wasn't there, it still would have been a draw, because on the c file the pawn was on the c file, if I remember it correctly, and the c file pawn is always going to promote and queens will get exchanged probably. So it's a drawn position, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember my Endgame.
Yes, I saw that on YouTube. The bishop's pawn will always be a draw.
Yes, but there are some exceptions when the king is close, but I guess in the game king wasn't that close. Do you learn chess somewhere with do you have a teacher?
No, I didn't go to any academy. 3 years ago, when I started playing chess 3 years ago with my father, he started to defeat me a lot of times in the when I played with him on the board chess. He defeated me a lot of times. But then I, like every other people, I just started to put in YouTube how to win at chess, and I saw this 4-move, 3-move checkmate and all.
Yeah. We were seeing a game where someone was, I don't remember, the person was trying to do the fool's mate with 4 moves. But guys, if you are getting started with chess, or if you want to proceed in your chess career, forget the fool's mate. Develop your pieces, activate your pieces, and yes, I guess that's how you can progress well.
And then all of a sudden in the YouTube, there came a video called like between 2 grandmasters, Magnus Carlsen and I think Vishwanathan Anand, 2 match their match. The match was so good that I wanted to play like them. Then I put in YouTube like how to be a grandmaster, and I saw this channel called Gotham Chess.
Yeah.
I used that channel too, and I'm still using that to learn openings.
Yeah, Levi Rosman
yes.
is Gotham Chess. Yes, yeah, he's a really nice guy, an amazing channel. Yes.
Super. Ratish, tell us about yourself, no?
I am
Ratish, before you begin, can you kindly move a mic a bit towards yourself?
The mic is down near this laptop, so I can't. Okay. I am Ratish. My age is 12. I am 12 years old. I am from India, Tamil Nadu. Now I'm in UAE.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Good.
And Arun, by the way, just to add one minor point, that if we look 40 years, 50 years back, then chess wasn't like, no one knew chess in India. But because of Vishwanathan Anand and his incredible success, he basically, there's entire generation who got inspired from Vishy-Anand. And nowadays you can see there are so many South Indian players. They play amazingly well. And I guess like a huge credit goes to Vishwanathan Anand for that.
True. We ourselves know a lot of such players, prodigies. Yes. They are the grandmaster and all that. So it's from Tamil Nadu.
Like Nihal Sarin. Nihal Sarin is also one good chess player.
Yeah, Nihal Sarin, Praganananda, they are really amazing. Great.
Thank you all. I think I have spoken to everyone. Thank you all for. Did I miss out anyone?
No.
Guys? Did I miss out anyone?
Sir, in last game, sir.
Yes.
Sir, in last game I was loss of net, sir. Net also, sir.
Oh.
After 3 minutes only I joined the game.
Oh
So
yes, I was seeing this in the last game. One of the sides was like down to 7 minutes.
yes, sir.
Right. So
When I
Pavan,
give
right?
the night, the time was 130 seconds. The time was when I give the night. So many time pressures also there.
Yeah, that happens, and that's really good that you came back and fought the game with a really good mental stability over there, because it's really hard to control emotions. You are downtime, and it's the most important. It's the final round. So great
Yes, sir.
work, Prapancham. All the very best for your chess
Good,
future.
good job. Hey, good job, everyone. Thanks for joining here. Our team will reach out to you with certificates and other prizes and all that. That is relevant. Please do share the details so that we can do the appropriate work. So keep playing, keep learning. Anu, anything to share?
I hope everybody has click the link for getting the certificates. If you're not done so, you just keep our email ID handy. I'm just typing it out for here. care@learnercircle.in. We will help you out in case you're not able to reach us, or in case we are not able to reach you back. So care@learnercircle.in.
It's there in the chat. Please note it down. All of you are wonderful players, so keep learning here. So I'm sure someday you'll also be reaching at the peak, right? And we'll be saying your names as examples. So keep working hard. Abhi, any closing notes? I'm sure this is the second time I'm asking you for this, but yeah.
Ma'am, when I was in the other Zoom, I could not, when I just clicked it, it gave me some unwanted stuff. Thank you, you have reached the maximum amount of admits allowed in this step.
Oh, that means
It can't
you
be
have
taken
already
again.
filled it, right? You have already filled it once, and then you try filling it second time, right?
You're doing a second time.
No. Yeah. First time it was not correct, so I just do it again and it's came.
That's why we had controlled it. You just send out an email to us, we'll correct it and send it to you. Because we don't want the same person doing it multiple times, no? That's why.
Is that the care@learnercircle.in? It's a Gmail.
Yes. Please send an email. We'll reply. Okay.
@learnercircle.in. Okay.
I'll send it.
Thanks a lot, everybody. We truly appreciate your time, and see you all. Any parting words,
Thanks a
Arun?
lot. It was a good game. I enjoyed it a lot. And when will the second season start?
Very soon. Very soon. We are getting a lot of requests very soon. Once our team, we usually have, we also have something called Quiz Premier League. It happens once a quarter, once 3 months, right? So this is also probably likely to be around that time, 3 months once. But who knows? Looking at the demand, I think we might come a little sooner.
And inform your friends also about it so that they can also come and participate.
Yes, and don't stalemate your opponents.
I'll fund Vic Anna here, because he's the one who taught me chess, and he made me play chess and made me log into lots of sites, so I'll tell him.
Great. We are also glad that we have some wonderful players from Malaysia also. Thanks for joining. Thanks for showing your love and support for this game. And we are sure that we'll meet again. At that time, we'll have more such global audience. We'll have people from all parts of the world participating. And I'm sure you'll have wonderful competition. I mean, that's what is very important, learning and competition. And we have people like Abhi explaining and analyzing the moves, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sure next time when you're there, we'll do better marketing and bring more people. I'm sure
Definitely.
the competition will be huge. We kept it very simple this time. With that, we have 100 plus, I think 130 plus, 13 or 14 participants are there. I'm sure when we make it bigger, we'll have more participants and the competition will be tough. Ruben, you'll have to run for the shield at that time. So great participation this time with I think the limited publicity that we did. Great, and I'm sure we'll have more participants coming in, and the learning will be huge at that time. And you also keep sharpening your skills. We'll see you again. I think until then we'll have to wait.
Yes.
Abhi?
Yes. All the very best to everyone who's playing, not just who won the top 10 places, but also who had fun and just enjoyed their games. Keep practicing, keep playing, and don't run into stalemates, of course. Yeah, very good game. Thank you so much for inviting me. And it was
Thank
really,
you.
really good pleasure to analyze all these games. Great job. Yes.
Guys, go and watch the video. You'll have a lot of things to learn in this video. Get back to Learner Circle YouTube channel and you'll be learning a lot more. We'll create a lot of small snippets out of these videos that we have interacted today. You'll have a lot of learning, a lot of analysis. So keep learning, guys. Until we meet next time, we would like to sign off for now. Thank you all. And thanks to all those viewers on YouTube. Thanks to all the participants and also our tutors at Learner Circle, Pon Purmal, Surya, and others who have helped us run this show. And the wonderful team at Learner Circle, we can never miss them out. They have been coordinating, they are silently watching and coordinating and handling all the kids. It's not easy. Thanks a lot.